Just one moment. All right, I did adjourn this matter until today's date, that is the suffix 6722, Development Detroit, Marwood versus Sharada Watson, regarding a complaint for non-payment of rent. Defendant did not appear on the last occasion, nor has defendant appeared on this occasion. Mr. Khan has not appeared on this occasion as well. I don't know where he is. What I'm going to do is I'll adjourn the matter for 1 week until the 19th at 9:30 a.m. and I'll have someone to contact his office. All right, this is case number 23-46840. This is Bellcrest Apartments versus Christy Hazim and other occupants of property at 5440 Cass Avenue, number 604. Do I have Mr. Abbott on this Zoom? Ms. Willingham?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jamesia Willingham with Michigan Legal Services P83986 on behalf of Ms. Christy Hazimi. She's not present on the call. I did talk to Mr. Abbott yesterday regarding this matter. We'd like to ask for an adjournment to continue processing EDP.
All right, I will grant the adjournment regarding this matter and set it over. You've already began the process. If I set it over until the 10th of December, is that sufficient time?
That's enough time, Your Honor.
So I'm setting it over for the 10th of December. We'll set that matter at 9:30 a.m. On that next date. All right, thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, this is case number 23-46941. This is Steve Grossman versus Albert Jackson and other occupants of property at 15720 Evanston. Your appearance at this.
Good morning, Joe Horka, P75969, representing the plaintiff.
Thank you, counsel. And do I have Albert Jackson on this Zoom or anybody representing Mr. Jackson? Albert Jackson, anybody at the property on Evanston Street?
Lisa, we can hear you in the background.
All right. So this looks like the second hearing regarding this matter, correct, counsel?
That is correct, Your Honor. Looks like we were here back on October 23rd.
It appearing then that the defendant has failed to appear regarding this matter or otherwise plead, the court will now enter judgment by default, finding that the plaintiff has the right to possession, that the defendant occupants must move from the property on and before the 1st of December 2020, or after that date, a writ will issue in this matter allowing for eviction from the property. And so, counsel, if you'll submit a writ in that regard, the court will sign the same.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll have that to you shortly. Thank you.
And actually, the judgment is what I mean. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
And this is case number 23-47758 and 7762. In 58, there's Tradewind Development versus first name PC is the middle initial, last name is Allen. regarding the property at 11337 Terry. The court also references 762, that's Dasani 1 LLC versus La Little Kennard and other occupants of property at 18434 Kinfield. The court, just one moment, also calls the suffix, strike that, calls 2034346, that is lock management versus occupants of property on Wickham Street, 16533 Wickham. The court calls the suffix 6572, that's IDG Homes Detroit LLC versus Rachel Poole, Poule, and other occupants of property at 15501 Stout Street.
Yes, this is Shanika Poole.
Just hold on a second. We'll address you in just a moment, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiffs in these matters.
All right, thank you, counsel. I thought I saw another one, but let's proceed
morning,
at this
Your Honor.
time with regard to, let's proceed at this time with regard to the suffix 3446. That's lock management versus occupants at 16533 Wickham. Your appearance for defendant in this matter, Ms. Harris.
May I please support, Your Honor, Esther Harris from Extra Legal Aid, P83394. If you would be willing to handle another one of Mr. Levasseur's cases before this one, I'm in communication with my client right now. He's not on the call.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. All right, we'll come back to that matter. All right, regarding the suffix 6572, your appearance at this time, Ms. Snow.
Thank you, Your Honor. Excuse me. Charlene Snow from United Community Housing Coalition, P26923, on behalf of Ms. Poole, who I understand is in the courtroom. Your Honor, we have, go ahead.
Good morning, Ms. Poole.
Good morning.
All right, I see you there. All right, you may continue, Ms. Snow.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have been in communication with Mr. Levasseur's office, and I think that this matter, we are going to do a conditional dismissal. I think I've sent his assistant documents. I have to review them yet with my client. I've gotten some additional documents from my client overnight, and I have to go over those documents with her. Otherwise, we're an inch from getting this entered. It may be entered in the next couple of days, I would think. I don't know if Mr. Levasseur's even seen the documents I sent to his assistant. But I know I sent some I think I sent some yesterday. I prepared them. Maybe I wanted to talk to my client first. But so we're close to done, I think. Mr. Levasseur, did you get anything from Eric?
I do have some emails from yesterday, and I don't see any attachments to those emails, though. It's more discussion.
Okay. Okay. I know I sent him a number of pictures of possible repairs, and I need to discuss those with my client to make sure I'm understanding what the pictures are covering. And I did start to draft the documents. I thought I had sent them to Eric, but I guess I didn't do that yet. But they are in my computer, and I'll send them over.
All right, and Ms. Poole, you understand what's going on, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, so this is likely to be dismissed in short order, and so I'm going to simply make a notation on the file that I am awaiting an order that will resolve the case. All right. All right, thank you. That completes the hearing on this matter, and good day to you, Ms. Poole.
Your Honor, can
Good
I
day
go
to
in
you too,
a
Your
side
Honor.
room before she leaves? Hold on, Ms. Poole.
Ms. Poole, just hold tight for just a moment. What did you say, Ms. Snow?
Can Ms. Poole and I go into a break room while we've got her on the phone?
Yes, Ms. Poole, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney, Ms. Snow, so that the two of you can have a talk again.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You'll get
Is there a
prompt.
date by which you want us to get that entered or come back, Your Honor?
I'll put a control date on it, 1 week hence. That'll be the 19th
Thank you.
as a control date on that. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to send you there.
So Ms. Poole, you're going to hit that blue button that says join.
All right, now regarding the two matters that remain, do I have anyone on the Zoom regarding the address on Terry, last name Allen? You reside on Terry Street. The first name is Francius C. Allen at 11337 Terry Street. Say something if you're on the Zoom. All right, what about La Little Kennard on Kinfield Street? If you're on this Zoom, say something at this time. All right, it appears in these matters that while they are set on for first hearings, it appears with regard to both matters that defendants have not appeared on these matters. Pursuant to the Supreme Court's administrative order, I will grant an adjournment of these matters until December the 4th, 2020, to allow for those individuals to come in. If they do not make that date, it would be the inclination of the court to grant judgment by default. I'll set those matters over for 9:15. They both set for 9:15 a.m. on the 4th of December.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. The court is now calling case number 20-3674. This is Finmore Court Owner LLC versus Kim Weaver and other occupants of property located at 1930 Shane Court number 304 in the city of Detroit. And counsel, your appearance for the plaintiff in this matter, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Carolyn Cohen, P49391, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you, counsel. And it looks like this is an adjourned date for hearing with regard to a complaint for non-payment in this matter. Let me see if I have Kim Weaver on this Zoom. Ms. Weaver, anyone at the address at 1930 Shane Court number 304. If you're on the Zoom, please say something.
Yes, sir. I'm on the Zoom.
All right, and what is your name?
Kim Eric Weaver.
All right, thank you, Mr. Weaver. Just 1 second.
And Judge Lockhart's here for Weaver.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Mr. Lockhart, you may proceed at this time to update me regarding this matter, sir.
Judge, parties, both sides provided the EDP documentation just yesterday. I sent proposals taken over by Ms. Cohen. Efforts to resolve were unsuccessful. The plaintiff has been very gracious to allow their manager's office to allow my client. They've been helping him transmit everything through email to me. When we were not able to resolve, this is a non-payment, unadjudicated case. I emailed a CDC affidavit to the plaintiff requesting that they be more than gracious in allowing my client to come to the office to execute that affidavit if he could truthfully do so. And at that point, we're broken down. I guess I'd like an adjournment so I can submit a CDC affidavit to plaintiff.
Your Honor, can I speak in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
Some of what, so Mr. Lockhart has presented what's happened. We have not received a signed CDC declaration. Mr. Weaver was approved for the EDP program, but the only way Mr. Lockhart told me that he was going to participate was if my client agreed to waive $4,700 in rent. So, and I said, no, my client would not waive $4,700 in rent. Mr. Weaver has been approved for $3,500 in past arrears, $1,200 in future rent, and $150 in court costs. But Mr. Lockhart says that Mr. Weaver will not take that money unless my client agrees to waive all arrearage. I even offered for Mr. Weaver to stay in the apartment until the end of January, and that's when he could either pay the arrearage that he owed or vacate. And Mr. Lockhart says, no, I have to forgive the rest of the $4,700 that he owes, or his client will not participate and will file a CDC declaration.
May I?
You may at this time, sir.
Judge, the bulk of what counsel represents is accurate with some fine point differences. But basically, EDP is designed to keep the tenant in the premises to avoid eviction. At this point, unless there's more slack from landlord, the purpose of EDP will be frustrated. And my client makes just over $2,000 in pension a month. His rent is $1,000 a month, over $1,000 a month. Staying at this premises at that rate is just not feasible. He has been set back and can, to my mind, execute a truthful CDC affidavit. So I'm going to try my darndest to get him relocated, since landlord can't be more flexible with EDP. And not to say that landlord hasn't been extremely gracious.
All right, so I guess where the case is now is whether or not a truthful CDC declaration can be made. It would appear to be, under the circumstances, although the CDC does not provide a mechanism for this court to make inquiry upon the submission of the CDC declaration, but it would seem to me that if the facts are as stated, that is that there is money available, that it does not cover the full width of the rent owed, and that the hang-up here is forgiveness of more than what the EDP program would require, that defendant may very well not meet the requirements of the CDC application. So I'll have to leave that up to Mr. Lockhart and Mr. Weaver as to whether or not he wants to submit the affidavit, and then the court will react to that. I will say somewhat parenthetically that obviously if the EDP program is paying the rent, there's some arrearage obligation that certainly would make sense for the parties to try and negotiate there.
Judge, may I interject one other option?
Of negotiation, it is allowing a time for a move-out date, especially where where the rent is set forth is unsustainable, as Mr. Lockhart has indicated. So, Mr. Lockhart, you may at this time, sir.
Judge, I was just going to interject. These were some very last-minute negotiations yesterday where I could not devote full attention. part of the problem I was encountering is getting my office to approve some of the variations on a theme that we were trying to push through. If plaintiff's counsel is willing to put this off a week, I just have to get it by my bureaucracy and we're close. But close wasn't a signed document today.
All right. It makes
Between the
sense
lines, Ms. Cohen, I'm just basically saying I'll buy them to the end of January to satisfy your client, but I have to sell the bureaucracy on some fine points. And I may be asking you to be more flexible on one issue.
I don't have an objection to the adjournment. I do have an objection. Look, the EDP program was designed in a certain way, and nobody said in the EDP program that the landlord was required to forgive all rents. The EDP program was designed to avoid people having writs, to avoid people having.
Let me stop. Ms. Cohen, let me stop. I'm sure that you could lecture us accurately on the beats and bounds of the EDP program. I think I covered that point pretty well, that the EDP program does involve a limited amount of forgiveness of certain penalties and 10% and so on and so forth. But it's certainly not designed to wipe out amounts beyond what the EDP program is designed to do. So I think it makes sense, at least based upon what's been talked about here, that maybe 7 to 10 days, I'll keep some control over it. Maybe that might result in a reasonable outcome in this case. It does seem that the parties are close, but if you can't move on these close issues, they become defining, if you will. So let's see if some movement can be had. I'll look at it again. Either the 19th or the 23rd of November. You pick a date that works for you. That's either next Thursday, or the Monday following that.
Your pleasure, Ms. Cohen.
Whatever works for you, Mr. Lockhart. I'm available anytime.
Well, then I'm going to ask for the 23rd, just to get that extra weekend.
All right. I'll give you till the 23rd, and I'll set the matter. I'm putting this in with some other stuff that I have. So it'll be 10 o'clock a.m. on the 23rd. That's the adjourned date for review, and the court will make some decisions, because I'll have a difficult time seeing that a truthful affidavit can be offered under the circumstances set forth here. There has to be an exhaustion of all of the resources available, and that somehow that does not reasonably get the job done. I'll take a look at that at the next hearing. I wish the three of you well. Good day to you, sir, Mr. Poole, and we'll see you in the next action.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Weaver, I'll be in touch by phone.
I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, good day to you.
Good day.
Mr. Lavasser, I sent you a chat.
Okay, I'll take a peek. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, this is case number 20347770. This is Rose Holding Company LLC versus LaKenyon Robinson and other occupants of property located at 11809 Rossiter in the city of Detroit. Your appearance at this time, counsel. Mr. McReynolds. Counsel for Rose Holding. All right, do I have LaKenyon Robinson on the Zoom? Robinson? Robinson. All right, this appears to be the first hearing on this matter. I don't see counsel for the plaintiff. However, with it being the first hearing, the court will be obliged to grant an adjournment because of the Supreme Court's order. I will set the matter over accordingly until the 3rd of December, 12/3, and that matter be set at 9:30 a.m. That matter be treated as a second hearing. So ordered.
What date, Judge? I'm sorry.
The 3rd of December, 9:30 a.m. Thank you. All right, this is case number 2346-246. This is Argo Property Management, LLC versus Ruby Wilson and other occupants of property located at 7437 West Outer Drive. Your appearance at this time.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Corey, P82210 on behalf of plaintiff.
All right, thank you, Mr. Corey.
And Judge Steve Lockhart for defendant Wilson, who's not here.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lockhart. And if you will update the court on this matter, sir.
Judge, I have emailed your overworked clerk a proposed conditional dismissal signed by all parties. If that is printed out and presented to you,
246.
I would ask that you execute same.
I have received that order. That makes sense to you, Mr. Corey?
Yes, Your Honor.
The order is now signed and will be sent out as soon as possible. All right. That completes the hearing on that matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mark, thanks for your help.
Oh, thanks, Steve. Have a nice day.
Too.
Yeah. Yeah, just sit it. Just sit there. And once I hear, you can sit there. Once I hear Floyd, once I hear Floyd.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. All right. So do I have Mr. Sagati? Yeah, case number 2346-853. That's Schaefer Avenue Holdings LLC versus Eric Jackson. And I got it now. And the suffix 6856. That's all in one management versus Ronald Floyd. And in regard to the Floyd matter, I do have a submitted order of a conditional dismissal, which the court has signed on that matter. Again, that's the suffix 6856. Your appearance at this time, counsel.
Terry Sagati, Your Honor, P39047 on behalf of the plaintiff in the two cases that you just called.
Thank you, counsel. Regarding the suffix 6856, your appearance,
Good morning.
counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jamesia Willingham with Michigan Legal Services, P83986 on behalf of Mr. Ronald Floyd. And it's my understanding that he is on this call.
All right, Mr. Floyd, where are you, sir? Say something.
I'm here.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, you go back to mute. Somebody, maybe it's not you. All right, in any event, you understand that your case is being dismissed under the terms of an agreement that you entered into. You understand? That be understanding, Ms. Willingham?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so that I've signed that order, and that will resolve that matter. Good day to you, Mr. Floyd.
Thank you.
Hello? Thank you.
Is that you, Mr. Floyd?
No. Yes. Yes, this is
Your
Mr.
case-
Floyd.
Your case is resolved, sir. Good day to you. Your turn.
Thank you.
Get that into your hands, all right? Good day to you, sir. And regarding the suffix 6853, Eric Jackson, do I have Mr. Jackson on Zoom or someone representing Mr. Jackson?
Judge Steve Lockhart for Jackson. Jackson is not present.
All right, and if you will update me at this time, Mr. Lockhart, regarding this matter.
Judge, all parties have executed a proposed conditional dismissal. I emailed that to Ms. Rice yesterday. I don't know if that got printed out into your file. And I haven't had a minute to resend it to Ms. Knight.
All right. All right. I will sign the order upon receiving it. And that makes sense to you, Mr. Sagatti, in this matter, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So order. Uh, 20346844. This is Carla Pointer versus Tamara Hall and other occupants of property located at 11365 Chatham Street. And do I have Carla Pointer on the Zoom? Say something if you're here.
Good morning, Your Honor. Carla Pointer.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jamesia Willingham, P83986, on behalf of Ms. Tamara Hall.
All right, thank you, Ms.
And she's
Pointer,
not
say
present
something.
on this call.
Thank you. Ms. Pointer, say something again because I didn't get you the first time.
This is Carla Pointer. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just looking for you to light up somewhere so I can see where you are.
Oh, well, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to light up because I did a call. I didn't do the camera thingy.
That's okay. You still should be lighting up somewhere. All right. Well, Ms. Willingham, let me know, update me regarding this matter, ma'am.
Certainly, Judge. The parties have gone through and we've agreed to going through the eviction diversion program. A conditional dismissal was presented to Ms. Pointer, but I would ask the court for an adjournment on her behalf. She is unrepresented, so that she can have time to go over and ask the appropriate questions.
Ms. Pointer, that makes sense to you, ma'am?
Yes, it does.
All right. All right, so I will go ahead and grant that adjournment, ma'am. I'm going to set this matter over for the 23rd of November. That's the next Zoom date, and I'll set it at 9:30 a.m. Obviously, if everything is worked out, then the order will be submitted to me, and then you won't have to come in. But if there are any concerns that can't be resolved, the 23rd of November, the next date at 9:30, those matters can be addressed. You understand, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Good day to you, and thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
You.
This is case number 23477774. This is Motown Rentals LLC versus Asia Greer and other occupants of property located at 13620 Stokely in the city of Detroit. The court also calls the suffix 7778. That's MCL Rentals versus Dewan Glover and all occupants of property on Keating Street, that is 19703 Keating. The court calls all right, your appearance at this time for the plaintiff in these matters. Mr. Coleman, are you here? All right, Mr. Coleman, I know that he was here. Is there any counsel representing either Asia Greer or Dewan Glover?
Judge, this is Lockhart. I believe the court staff received a phone call regarding Glover that the defendant was in the hospital or just had a baby last night. I did text that to Mr. Coleman, and he was just here. I don't know where he is. I'm not representing defendant. I'm just giving the court some information.
I do have a...
This is the one I got the phone call from Deontay, his stepfather. That's the one I got the phone.
That's what you.
Yes, that's the one that called. His stepfather called and said he was in the hospital. I don't know. I didn't get a
Yeah,
phone
I didn't.
call.
I got a call. And what's the name of the one you got a call on? What's the last name?
Deontay Loving Greer.
That's Deontay Greer. I got a call
I
on.
didn't get one on that one. He said.
You said, Mr. Lockhart, that there was a call on Glover, correct?
Judge, that could be my mistake. It could well have been Greer.
Okay. All right, not a problem then. We'll address that one as we come to it. On these two, I'm going to have to wait for Mr. Coleman to return.
He's
on that
next
matter.
door.
Sorry.
He's next door.
All right, he's next door. Ms. Harris, are you ready on the matter or that was pending?
Your Honor, I sent Mr. Lavasser one more chat, and then after I get his response, then we should be ready.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. I just didn't want to forget about you, I see you there, Mr. Abbott. I'm going to be calling some cases of yours in just a moment, sir. The court now calls 23-47568. That is Real TC LC versus the Gum Nasbit and other occupants of property at 23519 Margarita. The matter is before the court on an adjourned date of hearing. Counsel, your appearance at this time, sir.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. William Simon on behalf of the plaintiff, Peter Brett 0352.
All right, thank you, counsel. And do I have on this Zoom Nasbit or anyone representing Nasbit on this Zoom?
Yes, Nesbitt is here, Your Honor.
All right, say something again so I can see where you are.
LaGuam Nesbitt is here, Your Honor.
I got you. All right, thank you. Just one second here.
Good morning, Your Honor. Steve Knox, P80194. I appear on behalf of Mr. Nesbitt. Uh-oh. And at this time, it's my understanding that parties are...
Hello?
Just one moment,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm on Zoom.
All right, you may
Okay.
continue, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's my understanding that parties are pretty close to being able to propose a consent judgment to you. At this time, could I go into a breakout room, please, with Mr. Nesbitt? And also, there is an Alexa Metner on the call. So if you could create a room for the three of us, please.
All right, so Mr. Nesbitt, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a breakout room with your lawyer, Mr. Knox, and Ms. Meffler. I'm going to send you there as well. You're going to breakout room number 2.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Nesbitt, a blue button should appear for you to follow.
All right, I'll hang tight.
Not yet.
Frankie's going to take over. I'm just letting her know.
Judge, this is Lockhart. I just got an invitation for a breakout. I think you did Lockhart instead of Knox.
Mr. Knox, who's doing? All right, thank you. All right. Thank you for that update, sir. I would never want to get the two of you mixed up.
Well, I know Mr. Knox would be highly offended.
It might make me a little older, but it might also make me a little better of an attorney. So give a little, get a little.
What a heck of a trade-off, the things we have, the things we sacrifice.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Oh, this is scheduled for tonight, Judge. No safe place in public.
All right, and Mr. Saman, just stand by, sir, and we'll get right back to your matter, sir.
Will do, Your Honor.
Anything that's on there, you can still send it to my email and I'll just forward it to Brandy.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Brandy, what I'm doing is, I just keep doing these Zoom sheets.
All right, are you there, Mr. Lockhart? I'm not Mr. Lockhart. Are you there, Mr.
Yes.
Abbott? Mr. Abbott, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Case number 23-46837. This is Benjamin Sizemore versus Heather Sundergill. and other occupants of property at 19381 Elmira Street. The court also calls the suffix 4319, that's RCH Brokerage Legacy versus Denise Green, and occupants of property at 2080 Taylor Street. The court calls the suffix 6868, that's Benfree LLC versus Linnell Dixon and other occupants of property located at 11610 Yellowstone. Your appearance at this time, counsel.
Good morning, Judge Coleman. My name is James Abbott. I'm a lawyer, P26085. Represent those last three plaintiffs you read into the record.
Thank you, counsel. Any counsel representing either of the defendants called in this matter at this time?
Judge, please the court, Lockhart for all three. Heineman, Sildergeld, Green, and Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Mr. Lockhart, you wish to update me on the Sildergeld suffix 6837 at this time, sir?
Judge, yesterday, Mr. Abbott and I and Mr. Abbott's client negotiated quite a few different options. We are unresolved at this point. This case is a non-payment, unadjudicated. My clients have executed the CDC declaration truthfully, but if Mr. Abbott and his clients still want to make a shot at it, I'd sure like to resolve it.
Yeah, we'd like some more time, Your Honor.
All right. So yeah, the CDC declaration, if submitted, could kick this over until January. So the parties will continue negotiating. That makes sense. So I'll reset it for the 3rd of December. Give the party some additional time before entertaining the CDC declaration. I'll set it on that date for 9:30 a.m.
Thank you.
Mr. Abbott and I can always work it out. It's just we have clients. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the tough part, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you have to work with that part of it. That part is consequential. All right. If you will, regarding 4319, that's RCH versus Denise Green. Mr. Lockhart, if you'll update me on this matter.
Judge, I sent an email to all parties this morning at 8. It looks like there's a resolution of one of two options. Mr. Abbott, do you want to adjourn it so we can choose which one the parties want, or do you want to go into breakout rooms and try to do it now?
I think, actually, she left it up to you, Steve, but if you want to have a brief
Okay,
agreement,
then I need, Judge, I need to speak to Miss Green, who is connected in a breakout room. It does appear that Mr. Abbott's client is flexible on two different variations on a theme. I need to get a decision from my client.
Ms. Green, where are you?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Say something again.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. In just a moment, I'm going to send you into a breakout room with your attorney to talk about some things before this case can finally be resolved. It looks like it's been worked out. He needs to talk with you.
Okay.
So I'm going to send you out with him in just a few moments. All right. So let me go on. Let me go on right now to 6868, Mr. Lockhart, and that's regarding Danielle Dixon. You may update me regarding this matter.
Judge, this one's a real problem. My client is in the process of moving and was locked out last night. My client was supposed to connect today. I believe the plaintiff is present with Mr. Abbott. I'm going to be asking the court to issue an order to restore possession, but I was really hoping I'd have Miss Dixon on the phone by now.
I'm
Linnell
here.
Dixon,
I'm here,
are you
Ms.
here?
Lockhart. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, Judge, that's Galaxy J2. This one's going to be complicated.
Well, you indicated that your client was moving out. Does she have a complete out date
Judge, no, we were hoping that if she was out by today's hearing, we could dismiss the case. I emailed that effect to Mr. Abbott, and last night, no, pardon me, 2 nights ago, Miss Dixon found her locks changed, her beds and mattresses on the street in front of her unit. It rained that night, so she now has completely ruined belongings that were put out on the street. And she has 2 appliances left in the unit, a stove and refrigerator, I believe, that she does not have access to. She was not finished moving. I made it clear in my email she was in the process, and we've had a lockout.
All right.
She moved to a hotel, a Residence Inn, and her lockout treble damages may exceed the amount of rent that's owing in this case. This is a non-payment, unadjudicated.
First of all, I think
Mr. Abbott.
I want to disclose to the court that I had previously filed a dismissal on this case. My client called and said that the defendant had moved, and so I filed a dismissal without Steve's approval.
Judge, Mr. Abbott's completely honest. I know I sent Mr. Abbott an email saying my client was in the process of moving, but I can understand any miscommunication. This case should not be dismissed.
Having said that,
I don't have a dismissal in the file. That's not to say it has not been sent, but it certainly has not caught up to the file. But without the possession being turned over, how is it, under what scenario would anyone be able to move stuff out onto the street? That gets to be pretty interesting.
yeah, my client's on the line. She'd like to explain her point of view on that. Brenda? Brenda Cunningham?
She's muted.
You have to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yeah, what's your name, ma'am?
My name is Brenda Cunningham.
All right, ma'am.
Can I explain what happened, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so on Sunday, I got an email from Mr. I put the money in, like Mr. Abbott asked me to, for the back rent. Mr. notified me on November 4th that she talked to the client, and the client told her she was not submitting the paperwork because she had vacated the property. And I do have a letter to prove that. And also, she said she would not be able to help me any further because I submitted my paperwork, but Miss Dixon refused to submit hers because she vacated the property on November the 4th. I raced over there on Sunday because I read the email late. And when I read the email on Sunday, because the neighborhood is so bad, I raced over there and all of Miss Dixon's things were on the street, and I have pictures to prove it. She left a stove and refrigerator, which I texted her and said at any time she could come and get it. But I also called DTE because on Sunday, all of the lights and gas had been turned off. I also have a letter that the lights and gas was put in on my name on Monday. So how could she still be there if the lights and gas has been turned off since last week?
All right, let me ask you this, ma'am. Are you telling me you got something from Mr. telling you that what actions Ms. Dixon may take? Did you talk to Ms. Dixon or communicate anything to her about taking over the property, ma'am?
Yes, I did. I talked to her a week ago and I asked her if she was going to submit the paperwork because Mr. said when I called them, they said it'll be better if you submit both. And I asked her and she said, I will be out of your property this weekend.
Did you get keys from her or anything?
No, she would not give me keys, and she would not let the foundation people in to do the work after you instructed her to do so.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Excuse me. That is she's lying. She's lying. That is a total lie.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you. All right, back to counsel. Well, you know, you're going to have a difficult, unfortunate set of circumstances because it appears to me, at least, that somebody jumped the gun here. Because you just can't, you can't proceed to take possession of the property in that way. That's what it sounds like to me. So now the question becomes how to remedy this situation, because even if she got a letter from Mr. anybody else telling her that this person is moving out, unless she has some agreement with Ms. Dixon to move out of the property, she's not going to be able to go in and to change locks. There's a process involved before she can do that. Now, I know that I haven't taken testimony and conducted any formalities in hearing, but I suppose that the parties wanted the court to weigh in somewhat to give you what my thoughts are about how the law may apply in this situation. I understand the tensions that are running on either side. I understand the thought about securing property in a neighborhood. I don't see anything that provides the nexus for the plaintiff to go into the premises and to take possession without a clearer indication that the property had been vacated or abandoned. And then it raises the question of what was moved out, if anything was moved out in the property. All of those are fact questions that the court would have to resolve in the hearing. But I think that it provides some of the thoughts that I may have about this. Hopefully it gives some thought about how these parties may want to discuss resolution in this matter, because it appears on the surface, at least without taking testimony, it appears that this would be an illegal lockout. But again, I don't make that finding ultimately because I have not taken testimony. But that's what it sounds like. So, Mr. Lockhart?
Judge, I would be strongly urging the court to order the restoration of possession that Ms. Cunningham ordered to deliver the keys to the premises to my office. I want to keep these people apart. There are significant money claims between the parties now, but that because this is a non-payment case and money damages are not automatically adjudicable where possession is no longer an issue, I want Your Honor to please order the return of possession by delivering keys to my office. We are then going to try to finish salvaging whatever's left of Ms. Dixon's belongings, and then I'll hope to find a plaintiff's attorney willing to take on a fee-generating case. That would be my suggestion to Your Honor.
In response, Your Honor, I think the only two items are a stove and a refrigerator. Is that right, Brenda?
Yes, that is all that left. And when I went in on Sunday, I took video of everything that was gone. Everything was gone.
Due respect, Your Honor, the issue is how did those belongings get out on the street? My client didn't do it.
I think that the two of you, Mr. Adams, Mr. Lockhart, before the court makes any determination, I'd like for the two of you to try and see if there's a way to talk about this and then speak with Ms. Dixon as well as the plaintiff in this matter. Obviously, it seems to me that there are some remedial things that might be necessary in this regard. I think it might set a better tone if the two of you at least have an opportunity to hash out what you think should happen under these circumstances. And maybe there are some points of agreement, maybe not, but I think that is a good start. All right. So at this point, who's speaking now?
I'm sorry, Lockhart, when I'm not interrupting.
Go ahead, Mr. Lockhart.
Mr. Abbott acted in complete good faith. I suspect there may be some client control issues. We need to have access to the unit we need to regain possession.
I believe you
I
told
would
me
ask
that.
the court to order the return of possession today.
I think you told me that, Mr. Lockhart.
I'm sorry, yes, sir.
I think that you told me that. And I believe also that there's a bandwidth here in terms of what things might be part of the interplay. And it is worth the two of you talking about it as gentlemen that can talk. And the court will not be persuaded by client issues of client control. There are some significant issues that have arisen in this context. And I do believe that the two of you are talking about the bandwidth of things that are involved here may lead to a way that this court can move this forward with the engagement of both sides. That's what I'm getting at. I don't have a problem with making a decision. I think that with the two attorneys involved that are involved, that before I make that decision, that you need to weigh this with each other to see if there is something else that needs to be put on the table as the court weighs in on what happens next. Right, and that's today. We'll do that today. That's not putting this off for another time. Mr. Lockhart, I'm going to send you to speak with. I'm going to send you to speak with Ms. Green, and then once things are completed with Mr. Abbott, then I'll give the two of you the opportunity to speak, and we'll come back in and figure this out.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can I say one more thing?
No. The plaintiff is going to stand by, but not for now. The plaintiff is going to stand by, as well as Ms. Dixon is going to stand by as well.
Brenda,
So,
Yes,
Mr. Lockhart.
mute yourself and call me on my cell phone.
I'm sorry. What you say?
Mute yourself and call me on your cell phone.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. All right.
And Ms. Green, you're going to see a blue button on your screen to join a breakout room. If you hit that button, I will see you to talk over your case. Judge, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I'm moving you from that ill-fated room 2 to room number 3, sir. And I'm going to send Ms. Green there. You were in 2. I'm sending you to 3.
I'm leaving now, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Green, I'm sending you to 3 as well. Mr. Saman, did we get some traction on your matter? Mr. Saman, are you there? I have on the Nasdaq matter. Who was out with Nasdaq? I don't think Nasdaq is back yet, so we'll come back to that in just a moment. All right, I did call for Mr. Coleman matters. I believe I saw Mr. Coleman back. Are you there, sir?
Me and Mr. Levast, this is Esther Harris. Me and Mr. Levast are already on suffix ending in 446, if you are.
All right, the court now calls 3446. This is Lock Management versus Occupants of Property at 16533 Whitcomb in the city of Detroit. Today is an adjourned hearing regarding an application for writ of this matter. Madam Counsel, you up here, Mr. Levasseur, I guess you're for the plaintiff. You may have this time.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, thank you, and your appearance, Madam Counsel.
May it please the court, Your Honor, Esther Harris, P83394 from Lakeshore Legal Aid on behalf of the defendant.
Thank you, and update me on what's going on here, Ms. Harris.
Yes, Your Honor. So this is not an EDP case. My client is not eligible for EDP services. So we are trying to come to a agreeable move-out date. At this time, we'll be asking for a short adjournment. If you have any availability on Wednesday or Friday, that would be good for both me and Mr. Levasseur.
All right. I could do it. I could sit in on either one of those dates you're talking about, the 18th or the 20th, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's do it the 20th. 20th of November and 9:30 a.m.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Right. So matter is adjourned until that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Levasseur.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. Your Honor, before you go to the next case, we have a tenant that appeared on an earlier called case, and she probably should be assigned or an attorney to assist her. Her matter was adjourned to December 4th.
And which case is that? What's the suffix on it?
7758 would be Miss Allen.
Yeah, I adjourned that, I believe.
Miss Allen in the comments indicated that she was in the wrong courtroom and just realized she was in the wrong place. The court adjourned it to December 4th because she did not appear. She is here now, and for purposes of moving this along, it's probably best that we find counsel who can assist her with the program.
Good morning to you, Miss Allen. I see you there.
Good morning.
All right. Ms. Allen, have you had a chance to talk with a lawyer regarding this case, regarding your rights in this matter, ma'am?
Briefly, a lawyer, attorney called me yesterday. I'm going through the EDP process.
All right. And what agency did you talk to? You recall?
They just called me from, I think it's Lakeshore.
Lakeshore? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm just supposed to be here today, but I was in courtroom 436.
Yeah, we know that. I know you want to tell me about that. That's all right. We got you. Okay. All right. All right. So who can take this on, if you will?
Your Honor, I guess I can meet with her and one of the University of Michigan law students can go in. Clara, his last name I'm forgetting, or Cosmo, one of the two of them could go in to the break room with me and try to sort out when Miss Allen talked with someone from Lakeshore and what's going on with that.
So, okay, I'll send you and Mr. Butler together with Miss Allen to a breakout room, and let's see what we can find out here. Miss Allen, we understand that you're in the likely in the EDP protocol, and they're going to get it worked out. And so I'm going to go ahead and set an adjourned date. And that's going to be the. I'm going to set the 16th of December. That gives the amount of time that it normally takes to work on EDP. And, and then I'm going to let you talk with lawyers now so they can try to get this all lined up. All right?
Okay.
All right. So
Thank
you'll
you.
get a prompter on your phone momentarily to go to a breakout room. And that's going to be breakout room number 1. And as you know, you can already go back to that room as well.
Thank you.
Now I'm sending you there.
Your Honor, what time on the 16th should we plan for?
Thank you, sir. The 16th at 9 o'clock a.m. December 16th, 9 o'clock a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And please send Clara Butler or Cosmo, whose last name.
Got somebody else other than Butler? I already sent Butler.
Oh, you've sent Butler? That's good.
Yes. All right, I'm trying to get Miss Allen there now. All right, Miss Allen, there's your prompter, man. So I see that Ms. Nesbitt is back. Who's representing Ms. Nesbitt?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Alexa Metner, and I'm a 2L in good standing at Wayne State University Law School. I am requesting the court's permission to practice pursuant to MCR 8.120 under the supervision of Attorney Steve Knox, P80194, on behalf of Mr. Nesbitt.
Thank you. Permission is granted at this time, ma'am. You may proceed.
So we, the parties have agreed to a consent judgment on the amount $4,625 and to be paid by February 10th, 2021. Mr. Knox has signed, used an electronic signature for the form, but the parties agreed to the consent judgment.
All right, and that would that completely resolve the land contract matter herein, or would that just bring it to current status? What would that do, if you know, Counsel?
I believe it would resolve this case matter.
Yes, Your Honor, that's the 90 days paid because we have a land contract less than halfway completed. So it would bring the matter current. I think we may have lost plaintiff's attorney, William Saman. I don't see him in here right now.
Mr. Saman, are you there somewhere, sir? All right, you've already communicated with Mr. Saman regarding this resolution, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, so the court will sign an order upon its submission, and I will await that order, and that will resolve this matter. You understand, Ms. Nesbitt, what's going on here?
Yes.
All right, and you understand the terms upon which you will resolve the outstanding issues on your land contract. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good day to you, and that will resolve the case. You should receive a copy of the order that's going to be signed by the court once it's submitted to me. All right, I wish you well. Thank
All
you,
right,
Counsel.
you too, Your Honor, and everybody involved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nesbitt. Thank you, Your Honor. It's
Thank
my
you, Your
understanding
Honor.
Mr. Saman will be emailing. Would this go to Ms. Rice today?
Ms. Knight, and she's gonna,
Just send it to Ms. Knight.
Carmen Knight, and she's gonna forward it to me. Carmen Knight, did she give you her email?
Yeah, Carmen Knight. Yes. You got the information on Carmen Knight?
I have it, Your
Carmen
Honor.
Knight.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, very well. Mr. McReynolds, you had a matter earlier in front of me. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going off the top of my head, but I believe that it was the first hearing. Is that correct, sir?
Correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, I set an adjourned date when you were not here at the time of the call, and the tenant was not here either. Let me get that. What's the last three digits on that file?
770, Your Honor.
All right. So can we get?
I'm here, Mike.
770, Your Honor?
Yes. All right. Yes, I set that over for the 3rd of December at 9:30 a.m. That will be the second hearing. That's the under the order of the Supreme Court. First hearings, we're granting a second hearing, and then given some of the mail problems, we're setting that second date out just a little bit. So it's the 3rd of December. If the defendant doesn't show at that time, then the court would be inclined to grant a judgment by default.
Your Honor, the defendant did appear. We were both in Judge Alicia Jones Coleman's Zoom courtroom, so we both had bad notice. So I'll provide better notice for between now and December 3rd to Ms. Robinson.
Well, let's see what we can do now. I see you went to the prettier, not the handsome. But there are two Colemans like around here, not related. But, I'm the handsome one. She's the pretty one. So, do I have Mr. Robinson on the Zoom?
She's there.
I'm here.
She's there. She's here. I gave her notice, Judge.
You talking and you haven't said your name, so you gotta be quiet till I come to you, because you talking and I don't have no name for you at all. Let me deal with Ms. Robinson at this time. Let's get you in there.
Good morning.
All right, I'm putting your name in there, Ms. Robinson. All right. So, Ms. Robinson, you had an opportunity to talk to a lawyer regarding the matter that you have in front of you, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk with a lawyer that can go through your rights and explain the opportunities that might exist in order to resolve this matter. So let me get you somebody to talk to, Mr. Reynolds. Just hold on for a moment.
Judge, what case is that?
That is the Suffolk 7770.
Oh. Is that a termination of tenancy case?
Yes.
That is correct.
Okay. Okay, this is Caroline Joma from the Legal Aid and Defender Association. I am able to go into a breakout room and see what's going on.
All right. All right, I'll give you the opportunity to do so. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Ms. Joma.
Yeah, and can you also put Laura Huggins in the breakout room too? She's also from my office.
All right, very well, Ms. Huggins, I'll be sending you there as well. And I'm going to be sending you to breakout room number 4. And Ms. Robinson, you'll receive a prompter in just a moment to go to breakout room number 4, ma'am. And your attorney will be there to speak with you.
Okay.
Very good.
All right, so Mr. Reynolds, just stand by for a moment as they come back into the Zoom. I'll come back and address this matter. And sorry
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Inconvenience associated with that. That's happened a few times where somehow they get the courtroom numbers crossed up on the notice because there are 2 Colemans here. We should be sophisticated enough to be around that, but we're still dealing with some of that. So we'll come back to you as soon as they get out of the breakout.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The gentleman that was speaking, I'll come to him as well. We can't talk into the Zoom until I have his name on the record. All right?
That's David Steele, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
His name is David Steele. He's the person behind the entity, the Russ Holding plaintiff.
All right, very well. We'll come back to you, matter shortly, sir. Good day.
Thank you. Thank you again.
So, do I have Mr. Coleman? We'll come back to this stuff. This is the case number 20347782. This is Creative USA versus Edward Scott Jr. The court also calls 7786. That's Creative versus Dante Loving Greer. The court calls All right, very well. Your appearance at this time, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nasreen Hamoud, P number 80522, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff in both of those matters.
All right, thank you, counsel. And do I have anyone appearing with regard to Edward Scott on property on Redford Street, 17161 Redford Street, number 207? If you're on the Zoom, say something at this time. All right, I'm referring now to, and I have a note from, I have a note regarding the subject 7786, where defendant Dante Loving Greer, I received a notice that that person is in hospital and could not be here today. Madam Counsel, it appears in the first instance that the defendant did not appear, that is regarding Scott under 7782. It appears regarding 7786 that the defendant was ill and is not here for that reason. Both of these are first hearings. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and set them over for second hearing pursuant to the order of the Supreme Court. And I'll set that second hearing date for the 4th of December, 2020. And I'm going to set that at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That'll be the next action date on both matters. And that will be treated as a second hearing. The court does note in the Greer file, again, the suffix 7786, that defendant indicated illness on today's date.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, this is Lockhart. May I interject?
You may, sir.
I wanted to inform Ms. Hamoud that apparently the Housing Coalition was contacted by Dante Loving Greer, but I don't know the status. I will make sure he is informed of the new date, and we'll get with Ms. Hammoud as soon as possible if we're doing anything on his behalf.
Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you, Ms. Hammoud. Judge, I'm sorry, was that December 4 at 9:30?
9:30 a.m. That's correct, sir.
Thank you.
And Mr. Lockhart, I know that you're back on the green matter. Is that correct, sir? Or the Dix? I know you have the Dixon matter, but you were out on the green matter. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct, Your Honor. It looks like we have an agreement. I'm having my office type a conditional dismissal that will hopefully be sent over if you wish to entertain that now. Otherwise, if Mr. Abbott has no objection, we can put it over on a week control date and get it in after today.
All right, and that's the suffix 4319. Mr. Abbott, it makes sense to simply put a control date on it in anticipation of a pending order.
Yes, that makes sense, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Abbott, we're going with option 2, the payment plan.
All right.
I'll submit you a dismissal, a conditional dismissal proposal later today, hopefully.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
That was a control date on the 19th of November 2020, 10 o'clock a.m. And I have the item awaiting an order.
Ms. Green, you are free to go if the judge tells you who you are.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Green, you understand what's going on here, correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So you're free to go, and I anticipate that things will get all worked out and they'll get some paperwork. Right?
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Lockhart and Mr. Abbott, have you had an opportunity to talk? Or I was going to put you in a breakout room. I know that you.
We got a man.
Communicate by phone as well. So, are you going to take advantage of the breakout room, Mr. Abbott, Mr. Lockhart?
Yes, it's going to be.
Yes, please, Judge.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart.
Yes, Ms. Green. Take care now.
You too. Bye-bye.
And Mr. Lockhart, you can go back to number 3. I'm sending Mr. Abbott to number 3 as well.
Hello?
And Ms. Cunningham and Ms. Dixon, you're standing by. I'll get back to you when the lawyers get back in. You're also standing by Mr. McReynolds, or Ms. Snow. Are you back on Robinson? Who is Ms. Robinson? All right, Ms. Snow, you may at this time. This is suffix 7770. Is that yours?
No, I don't think so. My 2 were done, and I was in the room with the lady, Precious Allen.
All right, I see that they are still out with Ms. Robinson. I'm sorry. We'll come back to that matter in just a moment, Mr. McReynolds. All right, the court now calls case number 23-47790. That is Ameristar Management versus occupants of property at 6330 Stahalin. The court calls the suffix 7794. That's FFGGP LLC versus occupants of property at 2127 Oakland Boulevard. The court calls the suffix 7798. That's the Sole RYSOLE USA LLC versus occupants of property at 18911 Mansfield. The court calls the suffix 7802. That's Corwin Jones and Amani Jones versus Sonika Russell and other occupants of property at 18437 Trinity Street. The court calls the suffix 7806. That's Amerisure Affordable Homes versus Henry Dorsey and other occupants of property at 16545 Schaefer, number 17. The court calls the suffix 7810. That's Harbor Residential versus Taisha Bevins, and occupants of property at 5237 Bishop Street in the city of Detroit. Counsel, your appearance regarding these matters, sir.
Your Honor, my name is Gary Sagatti, P39047. I represent the plaintiffs in the 6 cases that you just called.
Thank you, counsel. And first off, is there any counsel that's representing any defendant regarding any of these matters that I called? If so, indicate your appearance at this time. And counsels for any of the defendants. All right. So do I have on this Zoom occupants of property on Stahalin Street, Thomas Mohammed, or any person on Stahalin Street, 6330 Stahalin? If you're on this Zoom, please say something at this time. This matter is before the... I'm sorry, are you on Stahalin, sir?
No,
well, I haven't come to you yet. If you're not on Stahalin, I haven't come to you yet. I'm talking about Stahalin now. All right.
I'm saying I was in a different courtroom.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Do you live on Stahalin, sir?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, this is before the court on the filing of a complaint to recover possession of property. The court now addresses the issue of 2127 Oakman. Is there any person on this Zoom connected to the property on Oakland, 2127 Oakland? If so, say something at this time. The court now addresses the property regarding premises at 18911 Mansfield. If you occupy property at that location or you're connected to that location, please identify yourself at this time.
I'm here.
What is your name, ma'am?
I'm Darkita Leon.
Let's see. Did you say the last name was Young?
Leon.
Leon. Okay, gotcha, Miss Leon. Just one moment.
I'm sorry, Miss Leon, what was your first name?
Darkita.
Darkita, gotcha. Just one moment, Darkita.
Okay.
Do you have you spoken with a lawyer regarding the premises where you live, ma'am?
No.
All right. So let me get you set up to talk with someone regarding this matter. It is a complaint to recover possession of property. I'm going to have you talk with a lawyer to go over what your rights are regarding this matter. Is there anyone available to talk with Ms. Leon at this time?
Judge, this is Lockhart. Is Miss Yuma still with us? She was going to try to, this might be a good one for her.
I was wondering if Miss Bermuda was still in the courtroom from legal aid.
She's been in a breakout room with another client.
All right.
So she should be back shortly.
So do you want me to...
Judge, I'm available, but you also have me on 2 others in the pipe.
Yeah, just you stay where you are. Let's just wait a few moments for the other one to come back and somebody remind me once they do. And just hold tight for a moment, Miss Leon. I got you all tagged up here. And as soon as I can get someone to talk to you, I'm going to put you in a break to do so. You
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your patience, ma'am. The court is now addressing itself to the suffix 7802. This is regarding Shanika Russell and property on Trinity Street, 18437 Trinity Street.
Sonika Russell, I'm present.
All right, thank you, Ms. Russell, and I see you there, and I'm going to put your name in.
Thank you.
Just one moment. All right, Ms. Russell. And Ms. Russell, have you spoken with anyone regarding the premises where you live, a lawyer that might be able to assist you on this non-payment action?
No, Your Honor, I have not.
All right, so I'm going to give you someone that you can speak with regarding this matter. Is someone available to go ahead and talk with Ms. Russell at this time?
I can talk to her, Judge.
All right, I have two people. Who's?
Jamesia Willingham.
All right, Ms. Willingham. I'm going to connect you with Attorney Willingham, Ms. Russell, and I'm sending you into a break to speak with her right away, ma'am. All right.
Thank you.
And Ms. Willingham, you have.
I don't have a breakout room today.
Oh wow! How did that happen?
I know.
You got to change that right away. So I'm going to be sending you to number 5, and I'm going to be sending Ms. Russell there with you.
Your Honor, it may be that Cosmo, whose last name begins with P-A-P-P, I don't know the end of it. If Mr. Cosmo is still here from U of M, I think he's from U of M, may be able to go with Ms. Willingham and perhaps do an intake form if we're going to take, I don't know if we are taking the case, but after she makes some decision on that.
That makes sense to you, Mr. Cosmo?
I am available, but I'm also taking notes, so I don't know if we want to wait for Clara or another volunteer. I defer to you, Ms. Snow.
Okay, what we can do is leave Cosmo in the room and maybe Ms. Willingham can just get vital statistics of name and email, and we'll get back to the lady once we look at her pleadings and ask some pertinent income questions and not do a full intake in the side room.
All right, very well. All right, we'll come back to that now. Ms. Willingham is already with the person in a breakout room. All right, now the court addresses itself to the suffix 7806. That is Henry Dorsey and occupants of property at 16545 Schaefer, apartment number 17. If you are on this Zoom and you reside at that property, or you're Henry Dorsey or occupant, please indicate so at this time.
Yes, Henry Dorsey here.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dorsey. I'm going to insert your name there now. Have you had a chance to speak with a lawyer regarding your matter, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Dorsey, I'm going to set it up so that you can talk to someone regarding your matter. Just one moment.
Your Honor, I can go in the side room with Mr. Dorsey, and then I guess Tanisha, who is the last case of Mr. Sagati's, may have to wait for either Willingham or I to get back, because I know Lockhart's pretty booked up.
All right, very well. All right, so we're going to do that right now, Mr. Dorsey. We're going to send you to talk with Miss Attorney Charlene Snow on this non-payment action. All right, so that's going to happen about right now, and I believe, let's see if your room is available.
I think I was in, I don't know if the law student went out of there.
Yeah, there's still some activity going on there, so I'm moving you to number 6. And I'll bring the potential client there as well. So, Mr. Dorsey, I'm sending you to number 6. Is anyone else coming there?
Judge, this is Lockhart. If I could interrupt on a different matter when you're free.
Just one moment, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Lockhart, you may.
Judge, there's a chat saying an occupant from Stahalin is here. They indicate they tried to break in and were passed over. I don't know what case was on Stahalin, but somebody in the chat says they're here, identified as K51 on the screen.
Your Honor, Gary Sagati speaking. That's suffix 7790.
Yes, I have my hand on that one now. And yes, one moment here.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
My name is Randall Holden, sir, And
Just-
I got,
Sir, hold on, sir. Just stay where you are. Stay where you are. Sir.
okay.
Okay. So I'm, K51 seems to be someone on Stahaven. Are you able to say something now, ma'am?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Okay.
Okay.
So your number is 675, starts with 675, correct?
What number? Yes, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. And what's your name?
Kelly Blueheart.
That last name again, you said Kelly. What's the last name, Kelly?
Blueheart. F as in Frank. Luhart.
All right, gotcha. Thank you, Ms. Blueheart. And ma'am, have you had an opportunity to talk to someone regarding the property where you live? You live at 6330 Stahaven, correct?
Correct.
Have you had a chance to talk with a lawyer yet regarding your matter?
No, nobody.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to set it up so that you can talk to a lawyer. I'm going to give you somebody in just a few moments. So just hold tight, ma'am, so that we can get you into a breakout room in just a few moments.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and Ms. Leon, you waiting to talk to someone as well. So we have, as soon as I can, we're waiting for a particular person to come out.
Okay, do I need to talk to someone?
Yeah, you need to talk to someone.
Okay.
And that's the wisest thing to do because a lawyer can tell you what your rights are and advise you of what things you could possibly do in terms of trying to deal with the case that you have.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so I'm addressing myself now to the suffix 7810. That is Harbor Residential versus Taisha Blevins regarding property on Bishop Street. If you're on the Zoom, please say something. Any person connected to Bishop Street, please say something at this time. So it looks like regarding the address on Oakman, which is 7794, and the address on Bishop, which is 7810, Mr. Sagati, the defendants did not appear regarding those matters. Under the order of the Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order, I will grant an adjournment and set a second hearing, and we'll set the hearing date on this matter for the 4th.
I've got a dismissal on one of those two cases.
All right, sir. Which one is it?
7794, I will be sending the court a dismissal within the next few minutes.
All right. The court will note the dismissal.
Okay.
And will sign it upon presentment.
And the other one was the suffix 7810, correct?
Wait a minute. The dismissal is on 7794, correct?
Correct.
All right, got it, yes. Let me switch that note around. Okay. And so the other one is going to be reset for the 4th of December, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m.
And that is 7810.
That's 7810, yes, sir.
Okay. December 4th, at what time, sir?
9:30, sir.
Okay. If you'll excuse me a minute, I'm going to give this to someone to fax over to your clerk.
Thank you, sir. And we'll wait that. And Mr. Coleman, I'll return to a couple of matters of yours that I called a couple of times. 2034-7774 and 7778. The 74 matter is Motown Rental, as well as the other one, defendant in 74 is Asia Greer. Defendant in 78 is Dewan Glover. And counsel, your appearance, sir.
Your Honor, for the record, Attorney Frederick Coleman, P 56540, on behalf of the plaintiff I do apologize. I've been in other courtrooms coming back and forth. As for the case ending in 778, we emailed dismissal over to Ms. Rice yesterday. So that one we're dismissing. As to the case ending in pardon, Your Honor?
Go ahead, sir. I'm listening. 7774.
It's my understanding, speaking to Attorney Lockhart. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yeah, I hear you now, yes.
Okay. Yeah, my understanding is speaking to Attorney Lockhart earlier this morning that a young lady did appear and just given birth. So I'm assuming this matter is going to be adjourned out. I don't know if Mr. Lockhart took her on as a client. If so, we are amenable to the EDP.
No, I think that was another case. Actually, I think that's Mr. Sagati's case, and not this one. I think Mr. Lockhart had this mixed up with another case, I think.
Judge, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I was talking about Mr. Coleman's case and just telling you that one of the two defendants was not going to be here because of a baby. I am not on the case. I was just giving information.
Judge Burns took a message.
Yeah, that's.
Your Honor,
Yes.
it's a first hearing anyway, so I guess we could.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and set it for the 4th of December, and we'll set that at 9:30 a.m. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Counsel.
Fred, you have defendant contact information. We'll reach out about EDP if you wish.
I don't have any contact information, but if they do contact, we'll be amenable.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you. Your Honor, you and your staff have a wonderful day.
Likewise, sir. Good day to you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Gary Sagati speaking. The suffix 7794 was emailed to your court. That's the dismissal.
All right, sir. All right, so do I have someone, I have two people that I need someone to talk with, and one is Ms. Buhart, and the other is Ms. Leon. All right, and anyone back on matters that were out in breakout?
Your Honor, Jamesia Willingham, I'm back on the matter ending in 7802.
Yes, that's
Okay.
Russell.
That's correct. Your Honor, I've gotten basic information from Ms. Russell. At this time, we are not representing her, but I would advise the court to adjourn the matter out, and during this time, we'll get information from her to see if
Breaking up.
Yeah, you're breaking up. So you said you're going to get some information.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see if you were saying that you asked the court to adjourn it to give you time to investigate whether or not she may be eligible for EDP. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor. I asked that at this time we are not representing Ms. Russell. Is it better? Is this?
Yeah, for me.
Okay. At this time, we are not representing Ms. Russell, but I would advise that the court adjourn the matter out, and during that time, we will see if we will be able to provide her with some assistance, or if she needs to find other assistance.
All right. Ms. Russell, do you understand what's going on here?
I'm sorry, what?
All right. Ms. Russell, do you understand what's going on here?
My name is Jones.
Ms. Russell, are you there? All right. Mr. Sagati, you had something to say, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. If Ms. Willingham is not representing someone, she shouldn't be making requests on that person's behalf. This is the first hearing, so I have no objection to the adjournment under the Supreme Court order, but I do have a objection to someone saying I don't represent and now I'm going to speak.
Well, here's the thing. I advised the court to adjourn the matter out, and I'm not sure if Ms. Russell came back from the breakout room. I can go and pull her back. I thought she was back present, but she is aware of that information. And I can see if she's in the breakout.
I don't see that there is a problem with the request that is made here, as the Ms. Willingham serves something of an amica to the court. So I'm going to go ahead and grant the adjournment. I'll set it over for the 4th of December, 2020. Obviously, by that time, if there are issues of EDP, it'll at least be something that will have been brought to the attention of the court. And I'm going to set it for 9:30 a.m. on the 4th of December.
My client is willing to accept EDP. Do I send that to you, Ms. Willingham?
Judge, Ms. Russell is back.
All right, and I've set the date for the 4th of December, 9:30 a.m. Mr. Sagatti did indicate that his client is willing to accept EDP. He was wondering, Mr. Sagatti was wondering if he would send information to Ms. Willingham. That's the question that's on the floor.
No, Your Honor. If if our office will assist Ms. Russell, then I will reach out to Mr. Sagatti regarding the this matter.
All right, understood. The date is set. All right, so I need someone to go ahead and talk with Ms. Leon. She's been waiting for a moment here under file 7798. That's a complaint to recover possession of property. Mr. Lockhart, all right, I'm going to
Yes, I
send you.
can, but I know you might need me on others that came back from breakout.
Yes, are you ready to proceed on any others at this time?
With Mr. Abbott I see he's back. With Mr. Abbott, we can address the Cunningham versus Dixon.
Yes, the Bentonville entry versus Dixon matter. You may at this time, Mr. Lockhart, instructing Mr. Abbott, you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
That's a subject 6868. You may at this time, Mr. Lockhart.
Judge, we ask you to give us an adjournment. I'd suggest a week so that we can coordinate details of property recovery. Is that accurate, Mr. Abbott?
That's correct, Your Honor.
That makes sense to the court. I'll set it over for your choice, the 19th or the 20th of November. That's a Thursday or Friday. And if you want it, I can push it over to that following Monday, which would be the 23rd. So we find out exactly where we're going.
Mr. Abbott, will the 20th work with you, Friday the 20th?
That's fine, Steve.
Ms. Dixon, if you can hear me, I'm going to talk to you by phone later today.
Yes, but I have a question. I don't have any other way to retrieve my stove and refrigerator.
We're going to discuss that, Ms. Dixon.
That's what I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay, so what about my stuff she threw to the curb and got damaged?
All of those items, everything is on the table for discussion. That's why I'm adjourning it. The attorneys are talking. Your attorney will be speaking with you. You understand? You understand, Ms. Russell?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. And what I'm setting is the date of the 20th. In case this doesn't get worked out or whatever, it comes back to me on the 20th, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m. So you'll zoom back in at that time, man. Between now and then, your attorney's going to speak with you.
Rabbit, I'm sending you a chat on another issue. On this case, another issue.
Okay.
You understand that, Ms. Russell?
Yes.
All right. All right. Good day to all on this, and good day to you as well, Ms. Cunningham. Mr. Abbott will be speaking with you as well regarding this matter. Good day to all. Lockhart, anything else before I send you with Ms. Leon?
Hello?
Ms. Russell, you're all set now.
Hello?
I still hear you, Ms. Russell.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I have a question. Did you just address me? Because I didn't hear you if you had.
Yeah, I was addressing you as well as your attorney was addressing you, and I was simply letting you know that I reset your date for the 4th of December at 9:30 a.m. That's when you're coming back into the Zoom. Between now and then, Ms. Lockhart is going to be speaking with you, as well as with the attorney on the other side in an attempt to see if they can get this worked out. You understand?
Okay, thank you.
I'll call you in about a half hour, okay?
Good day to you, man.
I'll call you when I'm done, okay?
Your Honor, could I get your clerk's email address, please, for today?
Yes, you can send it to Carmen, CARMEN .Knight, KNIGHT at 36districtcourt.org.
Thank you, Your Honor. Going to send over a dismissal of a matter set for tomorrow afternoon to you, so you can take it off your docket.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That'd be
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lockhart, are you ready?
Judge, I apologize, but I see Mr. Horka is connected. You have a 1:30 docket matter with Mr. Horka and Gerald Featherson.
Yes.
Mr. Featherson was asking for an adjournment. If we could address that now so Mr. Horka doesn't have to stick around.
Sounds good to me. That's case number 2346470. That's Parkview Tower and Square versus Ethel Egram. The matter is before the court on adjourned date of hearing set for 1:30 p.m. Counsel?
Go ahead, Mr. Horka.
Morning, Judge Joe Horka, P75969 for the plaintiff.
Thank you, sir.
Judge Steve Lockhart, P32090, standing in for defense attorney of record Gerald Featherson. Judge, Mr. Featherson has come down ill. He emailed me asking to adjourn this matter today. Mr. Horka had agreed, seeking a week. Mr. Featherson asked for more than that, but will of course defer to Your Honor's discretion.
Your Honor, my client was very hesitant to just outright stipulate to a week. They have given me authority to do so. So I would ask for a week adjournment, and we have to set it over again. We can explore that at that time.
All right, so I'll set it over. I'll set it over for Friday, the 20th. Let's do it at 1:30 in the afternoon then, Friday the 20th. And if more time is needed, well, I'll address it at that time, either in the morning or at the time that it comes up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Horka.
Thanks, Ms. Walker.
Hello? Hello?
All right. Okay, now, Mr. Lockhart, I'm sending you, I hear you saying hello. I'll come to you in just a moment. Mr. Lockhart, I'm going to send you to speak with Ms. Leon at this time. And I believe that you already have a breakout room. I'm looking for you. Yeah,
I think I was in 3, but I'm not positive. You had me in 2 and then 3.
Yeah, I moved you to 3, so you still have 3. So that's where Ms. Leon is going to meet you in 3.
Before going, Mr. Sagatti, is EDP at all feasible on that termination case, Rysall versus occupants of Mansfield? Oh, we don't have Gary? Mr. Sagatti?
I'm back. Could I?
Yes, sir, I'm about to talk to an occupant on Mansfield, file ending 7798.
Got it.
Is your client inclined to explore EDP? This is a termination matter.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'll see what we got.
All right, thank you. She's already there, so you have your prompter already, sir.
This is
thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I see that somebody is back on the on the matter involving Robinson, please. That's the suffix 7770. And Mr. McReynolds, Mr. Reynolds has indicated his appearance. His client is here as well. And your appearance at this time comes forward.
Appearances, Your Honor?
No, I believe that you're on this matter. Is that who's on the Robinson matter?
Caroline Bermudez Joma. I would need a chance to speak to Mr. Michael Reynolds in a breakout room, and if it's possible to also put in Laura Huggins in that room too.
All right. All right, Mr. Reynolds, you willing to talk with Ms. Joma in the breakout room, sir?
Certainly, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Joma, you were in breakout room number 2.
I believe it was number 4.
Number 4. And Ms. Huggins was there as well. So the two of you can click back now. And Mr. Reynolds, you'll be joining them in breakout room 4. I'm sending you a prompter right now.
I don't see it giving me an option to get back in.
Yeah, it should be. All right,
I'll try. Okay, yeah, I'm back in. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, what case number is that again? The last three.
Case number is 7770. That's Ross Holden versus Robinson. And Ms. Robinson, you're standing by, ma'am, as you're talking, and we'll come back to you just momentarily. Okay. Now I need someone that can talk to Ms. Fulhart. Ms. Fulhart has the suffix 7790 regarding a complaint to recover possession of property on Stahaven Street in the city of Detroit. Someone can talk with Ms. Fulhart. That would be helpful at this time.
Gary Sagatti, Your Honor.
Yeah, and that's Mr. Sagatti's case. He's playing counsel on that.
Yeah. Your Honor, I can talk with her. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to take it to her because we've got so many cases, but I can talk with her.
I'm still here.
All right, Ms. Fulhart, I know that you're there. I'm sending you to talk with a lawyer now. They're kind of on overload, but they'll go through what your rights are and give you some information in this regard. So I'm going to be sending you.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I had Mr. The other guy will be coming back.
Please mute yourselves for just a moment, except for Ms. Snow. Ms. Snow, you may at this time. I need everyone else muting yourself, please. Ms. Snow.
Your Honor, Mr. Dorsey will be coming back in, and we'll need an adjournment date with Mr. Levasseur on that file. Looks like Randy's doing something as well. But my client, I spoke to him and Mr. Dorsey, and what was that number?
7806, and that's Mr. Sagatti's case as well. This is.
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. I thought it was Levasseur's. I'm sorry, Randy.
So I can go?
Wishful thinking. 7806, and it's a Sagatti case. You're right.
I would prefer Randy.
And you're asking the court to adjourn this matter, Madam Counsel?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. I know that Mr. Dorsey was calling back in after he left the room breakout.
I'm here, Ms. Snow.
Good, good.
Thank you, Mr. Dorsey. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Is there some EDP implications here?
Yes, it looks like we're going to be able to do that if Mr. Sagatti's client is interested in EDP on this file.
Yeah, confirming suffix 7806.
Yes.
Yes, EDP is available.
Good. We'll send you some information about repairs that are needed and work up the EDP file as well.
All right.
Your Honor, I wanted to first suggest to mention in talking with Mr. Dorsey in the side room, it appears that there was a notice to quit sent that was Mr. Dorsey got all his papers at one time. He never got the demand for possession on the date that's in the court file, and he can speak to that. I don't want to testify for him. Just raising that, it is a jurisdictional issue, and I don't want to gloss over it.
All right, that issue is preserved. by counsel indicating that issue be preserved, and that means that it raised throughout this proceeding. I will set the matter up in the EDP protocol, setting it over for December 21, 2020, and we'll set that at 9 o'clock a.m.
What time of day, Your Honor, do you want us to do that?
9 o'clock a.m. on that matter. And Mr. Dorsey, that's when you'll zoom back in regarding this matter on the 21st of December at 9 o'clock a.m. In the interim, your counsel on the other side will be working on trying to resolve this through eviction diversion program. Understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, I didn't hear the date. Always on the phone.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. That date is the 21st of December at 9 o'clock a.m.
Thanks.
Thank you, Court. All right.
So, Mr. Dorsey, I think you're done and good to leave if the judge says so.
That's correct. All right. Good
Okay,
day to
thank
sir.
you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Snow.
Your Honor.
Ms.
Hello.
Dawn, all right. Miss Fullhart, Ms. Snow, you're going to talk with her at this point.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Hi, my name is, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
My name is Ashley Albert. I've been waiting for like 5 hours, and they just to find out they had sent me to the wrong judge. I was with, what's her name? Alicia Coleman. She just now was telling me I had to see you, and I've been waiting for 5 hours.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, unfortunately, because there are two Colemans here, and it shouldn't happen. But that does happen sometimes. You just hold tight for a moment. Let me see what's going on with your matter in just a moment.
Okay.
Same here too, Judge.
All right, I'll be right with you, Mr. Randall. Okay.
I'm sorry, Judge, but me too. I've been waiting too since 8:25.
I'm coming to all of you all right? And I'll address.
Me too, Judge.
I've been
waiting here since 9 o'clock.
All right, I'll address everyone. That's why I don't allow the interruptions, because I get through the docket and there's something left, and I'll come to you. I can only get to you as fast as I can, but I will address your matter. And if this is my case, we'll figure out what we need to do. So just hold tight for a moment. If I haven't called you before now, that clearly means that I didn't have your file in front of me, somebody didn't assign it here or something, or it could mean that I heard your case earlier while you were in another courtroom and that I did something on it. So we'll re-pull it and figure out what's going on, all right? So we'll address all of that in just a few moments, all right?
So do I just stay on here? So do I just stay on here and wait?
Just hang tight with me. You hung with me this long, just hang tight with me, and I promise I'll get to you. I'm not gonna leave without getting to you. I promise you.
Thank you, sir.
And so, Ms. Fullhart, you're going to breakout number 6. You're going to see the prompter in just a moment, ma'am. All right. So we already dealt with this one. That's it. The new date on that one. Okay. So let me find out who I'm dealing with now. So, ma'am, I'm back to you now with the iPhone there that was in Coleman's courtroom. But wait a minute, Ms. Robinson, you're all set, correct? Ms. Robinson, did we give you a date? What happened on yours?
Oh, I'm sorry, you want it back?
Ms. Robinson, yeah, I'm trying to reach you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gave you a date when you're coming back, correct?
I don't think you did.
Okay, you spoke with a lawyer, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and I think
What was the last three numbers?
I had the little note on it said Robinson. I just handed it to you a second.
You said Robinson?
Ms. Robinson, did you have something with your last three digits on it?
Her last three are 770.
All right, was that one of yours, Ms. Willingham?
No, I think her name's Caroline with legal aid talked to her, and I'm not sure she went into a breakout room with the opposing counsel.
All right, that's
in the
right.
breakout room.
Thank you to both of you. Yes, Ms. Robinson, your attorney is speaking with Mr. Reynolds in a breakout room. That's what's going on. So we'll get right back to you as soon as they come out there.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so let's see who else is here. Miss ma'am that I talked to you, we're in Ms. Coleman's courtroom. Talk to me now, ma'am. What's your name? Ma'am, there with the iPhone?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, what's your name?
Ashley Albert.
All right, thank you, Ms. Albert. And what's your case number, ma'am? You have the last three digits of your case number?
I sure do. Hold on for 1 second, Your Honor. Hold on, let me turn to the page. It's 750.
750. Let's find that. 750. 750.
Let me see that.
Oh, it's at 8:40 a.m.
Yeah, that was
I know. I was in the wrong courtroom. I was with Elise.
I understand. You already told me that.
Okay.
You know you told me that, right? You understand? All right. Your case was set over for the 4th of December at 9:00 a.m. Now, have you had a chance? You had a chance to talk with someone regarding your matter? A lawyer?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, let me get you in. Let me get you to talk with someone in your case. It is a case regarding non-payment of rent. Mr. Lavasser is the attorney that represents the plaintiff. And so I'm gonna get you in to talk with someone so they can give you some advice regarding.
Your Honor, I can talk to her and advise.
Thank you. And Ms. Willingham is going to speak with you now, Miss Albert. And I'm going to put you in a room and speak with her privately regarding your legal matter.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
And I believe you have number 5.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5 in just a moment. All right. I just sent her there, Ms. Willingham. And Ms. Albert.
Judge, could they mute their phone?
Yeah, I'll take care of that in just a moment. All right, so yeah, sir. Is it Mr. Miller there?
Yes, sir.
You got a lot of
Okay,
noise here. All right, what case are you on?
I'm trying to find some information on my sister. Her name is Sheila White. She's in the hospital. I don't know the case number. That's why I just told I had to call this number. I had to call a 360-432-000.
Yeah, that's me, but I need a case number before I can go anywhere with that. Something, if she gave you some paperwork, something on that paperwork that gave you the Zoom number should also have a case number starting with 20. I need to know the last 3 digits on that case number.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to get back with you on that. I know her case is coming up on the 16th. Her name is Sheila White.
All right, well,
it's an eviction case.
Okay, so just zoom in on the 16th. Yeah.
Okay, but I was told I had to do it. I was told I had to do it before the 16th. This is my first time doing this, so that's why I'm trying to figure out what I have to do to help her out.
And I'm gonna help you figure that out. Zoom in on the 16th at probably 9:30 and that case should be up, okay?
Okay, now, do I have to get her attorney or can a court appoint an attorney for me on the 16th?
I will give her or you or whoever is here an opportunity to talk to a lawyer on the 16th.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Honor. I'm sorry for interrupting, but thank you very much.
Just come in on that date and we'll deal with it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Miller. Good day to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, I see Ms. Jonas is back, as well as Mr. McReynolds and the various clients on the subject 7770. And someone wished to speak to me, Ms. Joma, if you will.
Good morning, Judge. Caroline Bermudez Joma from the Legal Aid and Defender Association, P57203, on behalf of McCann Robinson. And it was my understanding that you have adjourned this to December 3rd at 9:30. And I've had an opportunity to speak with the attorney, Michael Reynolds, about resolving this. In the interim, since there is no heat and the electricity is an issue, I've discussed with him to.
Can't hear you now. So your sound is going in and out, so if you get closer to perhaps your sound.
Since there's some immediate issues of no heat and electricity is an issue, he is going to discuss that with his client about getting that resolved, hopefully as soon as possible and before this next hearing. So Mr. Reynolds and I will continue to discuss this matter, and we will see you at the adjourned date of December 3rd at 9:30.
All right, that makes sense to you, Mr. Reynolds, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'll review the matter on the 3rd. Hopefully the parties can get some traction between now and then we'll see where we are at that time, and the court will address the pertinent issues at that time.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Counsel.
thank you, sir. All right, good day to you, Ms. Robinson, and good day to you as well, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, now, Mr. There, that's what I'm talking to now, LG Style 6, sir. You can go ahead and talk to me now. Yes, sir. If you haven't talked to me yet, I'm trying to connect with you. Sir, go right ahead and tell me who you are.
You talking about me, sir?
Yeah, I'll come to you. I'll be right back to you, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you now. No, Mr. Reynolds, I'm with you now. Randalls, come back to me. Somebody talk. Whoever needs to talk to me, speak up now.
How you doing, Your Honor? I was trying to get my stuff off mute. I'm sorry. Did you ask for Daniel Gonzalez?
That's who you are? Okay. I'm speaking with Mr. Gonzalez now. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's me.
All right. Thank you. And what case are you on, Mr. Gonzalez?
My case number is...
just the last 3 digits, if you will.
Okay. 7754.
7754. All right, just one moment, sir. 7754.
That was like the third case just from this morning, Judge.
Yeah, I think.
You adjourned it.
Yeah. Yeah, early this morning.
Yeah.
I heard that was one of my first cases. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been...
It was the third case.
Yeah, the problem was they had gave me the wrong court number. They had put me in room 436.
Right.
And I've been in there since like 8:25, and then probably like 11:30 or something like that. That's when she actually told me I was in the wrong courtroom.
So it was
I was supposed to come to your courtroom.
I got you now. 7754. That's Rims versus Daniel Gonzalez. I did call it earlier. And what we did is we I reset the matter for the 4th of December at 9:00 a.m. It was the first hearing on this matter, so I set it for that new date. Have you had an opportunity to talk with a lawyer or anyone regarding this matter at all?
Not yet, but I had the rims company actually called me and told me they were supposed to come out and fix some of the stuff that's supposed to be fixed.
Okay.
So besides that, I haven't talked to nobody.
All right. So let me see if I can get one of the lawyers that may be still available right now to speak with you and see and go over your rights and give you information as to how this case might be resolved. So just hold tight, and I'm going to get you somebody that can talk to you. Okay? We'll do that today. Like I said, I've already gave you a new date, but we'll get the party where you talk with a lawyer and discuss these issues with your lawyer so that we're ready on that next day. They'll give you options and that kind of thing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, I'll be right back with you when I've got somebody that's available to speak with us.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I have, who's next? Somebody else that did not get a chance to talk with me yet? Speak
Me,
up.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, and what's your name, sir?
My name is Randall Holden, and I was also in Miss Alicia Jones' courtroom, and I've been there since 8:30.
And that last name is Holden?
Yes.
All right. That you have the 3 last digits of your case, sir?
Yes, sir.
And what is that?
It is 746.
Oh, that was the first case.
Let me get my hands on that.
What you say, Judge? That was the first case. You adjourned it to December 18th.
Yeah, that's been adjourned to December 18th at 9:00 a.m. Looks like what happened is you spoke with someone and they were talking about some EDP money to get this resolved. So you must have spoken with an agency, correct?
Yeah, I spoke with the property manager, and she told me to file for the EDP program.
Yes.
So I did that, and they still sent me to court. So she just told me to go with the motions and to let you guys know that I actually I filled that out.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. Okay, go ahead.
There was an attorney that was here indicating that some paperwork had been filled out and that they were expecting that you would be here for the hearing today. And when they didn't see you, they just asked that I would adjourn it so they can continue on with the paperwork. And the next day would be December 18th. So it's noted that you are involved in EDP, and that's why that date of the 18th. So between now and that time, the parties will be working on trying to get it resolved through the EDP. That's what happened on this case.
Okay, and also I paid $1,000 yesterday too for the record.
Okay. So let me see. You hold tight, and let me let you talk. Let me let you talk to somebody as well. I know that they are aware of your case already. Okay. That's why we adjourned it over to the 18th. Just hold tight until someone comes back in. I'll let you speak to someone on this matter. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Judge, it was Lockhart and Willingham.
Yes. Very well. All right. So we'll come back to Mr. Holden on that matter. And Mr. Gonzalez is waiting to speak to someone as well. Is there anyone else on the Zoom that you have a case and your case was not called? Say something to me now.
My name is Lali Bernard. My case number is 762.
Second. Let me get your. What's the case number again? The last 3.
762.
Yeah. You're breaking up. Where's your sound? I need you to get somewhere near your sound device. It seems like you're fading away from the sound. No, I can't hear you.
762, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that was adjourned too.
All right, and your name is Little Kennard. Is that you?
Lalit Kennard.
Lalit.
Lalit.
Thank you, Ms. Kennard. And this was adjourned over until the 4th of December. It was the first hearing on this, so we set a second hearing date. Have you had an opportunity to talk with someone regarding your legal rights in this matter?
No.
Okay. We've already got a date set up, but I want to see if I can get somebody that will speak with you regarding your rights on this matter in just a moment. So just hold tight for just a moment, Ms. Canara. All right. I saw.
Somebody else.
All right. So anyone else, before I deal with the matters that are in front of me, anyone else who has not had an opportunity to speak to me and you have a case in front of
Yes, Lavella Price.
What's your name again?
Lavella Price.
The last name is Price?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Ms. Price. All right, do you have the last three numbers of your case, last three digits in your case number?
It's faded a little bit, but I can see like the last two, and it's 46. I can't see the other number.
All right, so do you have the name on the case? What's the company or person that's brought the case?
Greg.
Say it again.
It was Greg Sajeski or something. I can't pronounce the last name.
Greg Sagati is the attorney, yes. Okay.
What's the address, Judge?
What address to the property, if you will? What's the address?
20490 Schaefer, apartment 103.
If it's 7746, that's the first case you called. But that's Lavasser though, so it's not that.
Okay, that's something else.
Oh, she might be lock management. She said
Yeah,
the last two digits are 46.
Yeah.
I have a couple of cases I have another case that's 46.
Lock management is one, and the name is Harris.
And here's a 46 also.
But all of those are Randy Lavasser.
All right. So
this one was Greg.
What street you live on? What's the street you live on?
20490 Schaefer, apartment 103.
Yeah, her case it's a Gary Sagati case, so it wouldn't be one of these.
Is this a lot of 460?
Yeah, I need that third digit on your case.
All right, hold on.
You can possibly find out what that is. That would help a lot. All right, and we'll come right back to you, Ms. Price. Ms. Snow, you're back on.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know if Mr. Sagati is still here. I'm not seeing him on the screen. Maybe he's where I see a computer in an office room. Because I have a jurisdictional issue, Your Honor, in this termination case.
All right.
It's the notice to quit has some issues in it.
Okay, is that the which file is that?
Your Honor, it is 7790 Amistar versus Occupants.
Got it. All right, and that's Miss
Fluhart.
Fluhart. Yes.
Fluhart, F-U-L.
Yeah. I keep saying it wrong every chance I get. Fluhart.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
All right. So we'll address that as he comes back into the Zoom. I know he's coming back.
Yes. Thank you.
And I have a few other people that came in that were in the wrong courtroom. They were sent to the wrong courtroom. And I have 3 cases of individuals that we granted an adjournment on. One of the persons, I know Miss Willingham and Mr. Lockhart was familiar with that person, so I want one of them to see her. And then there is Mr. Gonzalez under 7754, who has a non-payment action. He was in Ms. Coleman's courtroom, and I adjourned it over until the 4th of December. He has not spoken with anyone, so I told him I would try and get him in to speak with the lawyer. And then I had Ms. Kennard, 7762, and that's regarding a non-payment matter as well on Kenfield Street. And she has not spoken with a lawyer, although the court already adjourned the matter till the 4th of December because those persons were in Judge Alicia Coleman's courtroom rather than in this courtroom at the time that the matters were called. I do see that Mr. Sagatti is back on the matter involving 7790, and Ms. Snow has indicated that there are some jurisdictional concerns with regard to this file. And you may at this time, Ms. Snow.
Thank you, Your Honor. Charlene Snow from United Community Housing Coalition, P26923, on behalf of defendant, who's listed as occupant, but it is Kelly, and her last name, I believe, is Fluhart, F-L-U-H-A-R-T. She was going to call back in. I don't know if she made it back in.
I'm here.
Good. Your Honor, our issue is the notice to quit that I see in the court file appears to be dated January 29, 2020 to February 29, 2020. In addition to which Ms. Fluhart can put on the record her position, which she told me, which was she never received it back in January. She got all the papers at once. Additionally, it appears on the return of service, there is a claim that it was served personally on a man, to a man who does not live there, on Monday, the 26th of October. But the first issue, I think, is the lack of proper notice. It should be 1 month, and evidently they're claiming at the bottom that they had hand delivered it personally and that they put it in the mail. If I can ask Ms. Fluhart a couple questions, I guess first question is whether she ever received it hand delivered to her.
Excuse me, I'm going to object to proceeding now. I'd like my client to be available to hear the testimony. This is our first hearing, so I was anticipating an adjournment.
Okay.
And if we
can do that and preserve the issue.
All right. Such issues are preserved. I will, at council's request, set the matter over as a hearing of the first, adjournment of the first hearing. I'll set the next hearing for the 4th of December. For the 4th of December at 9:30 a.m.
Your Honor, I'm aware of how busy everybody's docket is, but since this issue is limited to jurisdiction, could we?
Yeah, if you want to push, that's right. The party has been notified at least of the court date. So yeah, I mean, you could come back the week of the 23rd.
Yep, we can do
I
that.
can do it as early as the 20th or the week of the 23rd.
Whatever works for Ms. Snow and the court.
I think I've got something going on the 20th. I can walk over and look at that calendar on the wall. I know I have something on the 23rd. I can see the writing from here. We could do the 20th, Your Honor. I also want to raise that this client has no relationship to this plaintiff, Mr. Sagatti, when you're looking at that as well. She has a lease with someone else who she's been in the house for 2 years.
Could you email me the lease, please?
I will get the lease from her and email it to you, yes, but she has no lease with Amistar, didn't know who they were till she got documents in the mail for this case.
Well, Amistar.
You sure the 20th is going to be enough time? I'm thinking maybe that maybe we need to hear this on the 30th.
Well, if we're going to resolve all the issues, then the 30th would be there. Also, Ms. Snow's client could even waive jurisdiction. We could get to the heart of the matter. But if it's just going to be, was the service proper, I'd like to find out from Officer Mason, who served it, what his story about this is. And
Well, I'm talking about the notice to quit, sir, which is jurisdictional, which is January 29 to February 29, personally and through the mail. And Eva Lamb, or Eva L.A. something, is the person who claims, and maybe she's from your office, claims she personally served the defendant and put it into first-class mail. We are saying she never personally served the defendant, and if it was put into first-class mail, it's too short from the 29th of January till the 29th of February.
That's 30 days.
Well, it has to be 1 month, and when it's in the mail, the court rule requires that you add at least an extra day.
I understand, but it was personally.
Short, and she was not personally served.
Well, that's a question for the court to decide because someone's saying she was.
Okay. Does Eva work for you, or who is Eva? Do you know?
Works. She does not work for my office.
Okay.
And just as a policy, I don't send out 7-day notices to avoid this very issue.
It's not a 7-day. It's allegedly a 1 month, but not proper.
I don't send out notices.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, the 30th, let me hear you guys out on these issues. I guess one of the things that Mr. Sagatti was saying is that to the extent that the parties can drill down on the other issues, then maybe there would be a way of resolving this on the merits in a way that is congruent and makes sense to all parties involved. And again, without waiving any of those issues, the parties can proceed in that way anyway. If you want to explore the potentialities in regard to resolving this, you can certainly do that, and those issues, those jurisdictional issues be preserved. Of course, if you reach some kind of resolution that works for everybody, then stipulate your jurisdiction, and then we go ahead and resolve it that way, or the parties agree to a consent to dismiss in light of an agreement. So, it's 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. And that's not anything legal, but.
Yes, Your Honor. If there can be I don't know what will happen here. They filed a termination case. My client's interested in remaining where she is. I don't know if we can explore whether that's feasible.
And that's
he doesn't want to move.
Record, Your Honor.
Yeah, I didn't hear you, Mr. Sagatti, sir.
We can resolve these issues off the record.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll set it for the 30th of November, 9:30 a.m. And I'll review the issues, challenges that might be brought before me at that time.
Thank you.
Thank you. And good day to you, ma'am. I know you waited a little while, but we got you coming back on the 4th of this, on the 30th of November, 9:30 a.m. And I wish you well, ma'am.
Thank you. And Ms. Fluhart, I'll be sending you an email, and I'll want to see your lease and some of the other things we talked about. We'll be in contact.
Okay.
All the best to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so
sorry, I can't wait to the fuck out of that meeting.
Other matters.
I'm trying to help you.
All right, so I see Ms. Leon is back, and I believe that Mr. Lockhart spoke with her on the subject 7798, and you may at this time, sir.
Judge, after interviewing Ms. Leon, it does appear that she's EDP eligible. It appears, despite an alleged high arrearage, we've got a lot to work with. And if Mr. Sagatti has the same position, I'd like to adjourn this to process EDP.
Mr. Sagatti?
If we could have a short adjournment, Your Honor, my client indicates that they're not interested in EDP, they want possession. But
Well, then that raises a whole lot of other issues, Mr. Sagatti, because I have a written rental agreement apparently with my client's name on it that your client doesn't seem to realize she exists when she has a written agreement purportedly under your client's business.
well, there's quite a bit of stuff going on here, along with people moving in and moving out. And let's chat with this off the record so we can a lot of personal stuff going on here.
It seems to me that this is another one that I probably should put on the 30th of November to hear the pertinent issues that may be involved.
As you wish.
That makes sense to you, Mr. Sagatti's already going to be here on another case. Mr. Lockhart, can you do that on the 30th?
November 30th is in my notes.
All right, 10 o'clock a.m., Ms. Leon, that's when you'll need to be back in the Zoom, man. You understand?
I don't know how to unmute.
Miss Leon, can you hear us?
Am I unmuted?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yes, I hear.
Right.
November
So
30th
November
at 10:30.
30th at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. now.
Your Honor,
I know you're working, Miss
yes.
Leon. We'll try to work around your work schedule, and if it works out properly, I can appear on your behalf.
Your Honor, I'm also asking if you can please email Mr. Lockhart.
She needs a work letter, Judge.
Yes.
All right. So somebody will get that to Mr. Lockhart for you, ma'am. Right.
Thank you.
Ma'am, as soon as the clerk is able to send me your work letter, I will email the copy to you. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you so much.
What's your first name, Miss Leon?
Darkita, DARKEDIA.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Akita Leon, and we're going to set that up so that someone can get a letter to you, all right?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Thank you so much.
Attorney Lockhart's email address, please.
And Mr. Lockhart, you'll need to give your email address so that that letter can be sent to you.
That would be S. Lockhart, SLOCKHART at UCHCDetroit.org.
Okay, that's S. Lockhart at UCHCDetroit.org.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's right.
Okay.
Judge, was that on 10 a.m. on the 30th?
Yes, it was, sir.
Thank you.
And we have back in the Zoom who was in a courtroom, Judge Jones Coleman courtroom, but it came up here, and that is the subject 7746, Mr. Randall Holden, and it was indicated at the time that he had made contact with I believe the housing organization. We set it over for the 18th of December at that time because he had contacted someone who was not in the Zoom. He was in another courtroom there. Jones Coleman's courtroom. He's here now.
I'm trying to find him on the docket. That was 7746.
First one at the top.
Your Honor, that was actually set for, so it's Trade Winds Development, and Trade Winds Development had 2 cases on the docket today. The second case, Charlene, the individual you were speaking to, last name Allen, that's Alyssa's case that we were supposed to get adjourned. The first one, Randall Holden, he has not been in, to my understanding, he has not been in contact with someone from the Housing Coalition.
I have different information.
So I spoke with Mr. Holden.
Okay.
He said he reached out somewhere and he was expecting a lawyer to be here. And then he ended up with Judge Jones Coleman's court.
Your Honor, may I interject?
Yes, sir.
The very first case on the docket, attorney Alyssa Petroni is the defense attorney. Mr. Lavasser was here.
Yes.
And there was an adjournment to December 18 at 9 a.m.
Yep. And so Elizabeth Petroni is his lawyer. I don't have an appearance in the file. But
Is Mr. Holden the man on the, may I address Mr. Holden, Your Honor?
Yes, you may, sir.
Mr. Holden, have you been in touch with a woman by the name of Petroni, Alyssa Petroni?
No, sir.
Do you know the name of the person you've dealt with?
I know I spoke to my property manager. That's about it.
Judge, if I could go into a breakout to make sure I have all of Mr. Holden's information, I will make sure Ms. Petroni has it.
All right. So I'm going to set you up with Mr. Lockhart, sir. He's in breakout room number 3. Mr. Holden, I'm going to send you there, and he'll take it from there to give you the information that you need. You already know that you're coming back on the 18th of December, but there is some paperwork in process that's going to help you in that regard. Right now, I'm sending you to breakout room number 3, and you'll speak with Attorney Lockhart, and he'll update you on some things, okay?
Okay. Judge, thank you.
All right. And you should have the prompter now, Mr. Holden. Go ahead. The other two that we had was Ms. Kennard. Ms. Kennard is here. She was in the wrong courtroom because she got a notice for that, and Mr. Gonzalez is here. Ms. Kennard is under 7762. Mr. Gonzalez is under 7754. In both matters, they were adjourned over to the 4th of December. And that was because they were first hearing matters. Actually, Mr. Gonzalez matter is the second hearing matter. So they came into the Zoom and they needed to talk with someone. So I see Mr. Gonzalez there, and I know Ms. Kennard was here as well.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what matters are you referring to?
I'm referring to 7762 Velsani versus Kennard. That was a Lavasser 5. And also 7754 Rims versus Daniel Gonzalez. That's a Lavasser matter as well. Both of these persons were in Jones-Coleman courtroom, and they came in about a half an hour or so ago, a little longer, and indicated that was wondering why the case was not being heard, and I called the matters, and these are the files.
Your Honor, I'm available to talk to someone.
Okay, well,
I can too, I guess.
All right. Let me send Mr. Gonzalez to Ms. Willingham. Let's do that. And Mr. Gonzalez, I'm setting you up now to talk with Ms. Willingham, Attorney Willingham. Then let me find out where the other person is. And you're going to be going to breakout room number 5. Ms. Willingham, you can return there. And I'm going to send Mr. Daniel Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
We already have dates.
And where are you, Ms. Kennard? You were here. Are you still here, ma'am? On Kentfield Street, Ms. Kennard. Looks like she's no longer in the zone.
Did you email it to Millhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Down to Millhouse. Good job, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I take a look at it?
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks.
Right.
Judge Coleman,
Yes, sir.
I want to check on a case that I had earlier this morning that I must have missed. Case 840,
Yes,
set at 9 o'clock, Bellcrest versus Hazim. I think it was a default judgment.
I remember, what's the last four digits on that, Mr. Locker?
6840.
6840.
Adjourned to 12/10. It's adjourned to December 10th.
Adjourned to December 10th?
Yes. Bellcrest?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Did the defendant show up?
Let me see. I guess he didn't show up. I don't think he showed up, but who am I?
Let me see what's, she's pulling it now. Let me.
You say 6840?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Here you go, Your Honor.
Yeah, we did adjourn that over till December 10th at 9:30. Ms. Willingham, name is somehow connected to this, and this has some EDP issues. That was my understanding.
So I presume the defendant, Christine Hazim, showed up and.
I believe so, and or that Ms. Willingham spoke on her behalf.
Okay. Thank you.
Because that's why we generated that date of the 10th at 9:30.
All right, thank you. That concludes my my docket for you this morning. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for that.
All right.
Your Honor, I have a question about one that was a writ hearing. It is 5306. It was a Dyer case, XLNC versus Sanchez Blunt. It was at 9 o'clock.
It was adjourned. I don't know why. Adjourned to the 19th.
Okay, great. We'll see if we can get a hold of him.
Yeah, the 19th of December or what?
Yes.
12/19
Yeah.
or 11/19.
I have.
Yeah,
You know, they said something about a conditional discharge?
yeah, there's a pending conditional dismissal on that.
I mean, dismissal.
And I put a control date of the 19th of November at 9:30 a.m. But they were certain that they were sending an order of dismissal on that.
Thank you.
Oh. Is that Mr. Lockhart?
Lockhart's back.
Okay.
Right. And that's regarding the Holden matter, which is a suffix 746. And Mr. Lockhart, what's going on with this matter?
Judge, this case had been previously adjourned on your docket today. Mr. Holden did not seem to be aware of Ms. Petroni on his behalf. I took all of his information. I gave him mine. He has his adjourned date, and I've emailed Ms. Petroni to make sure we don't have some sort of miscommunication somewhere. But I've emailed her of the new date. It sounds like Mr. Holden has already submitted all of his completed EDP application, but has done that through the landlord, through the manager. So we're going to figure it out and get it on track.
All right, very well. So he's already set up with his date, and so that'll be the next thing to take place on it.
Yeah, I took the liberty of releasing him. I just told him he could go, and he wrote down his next court date, and he has my name and number.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. And is Ms. Willingham back on Mr. Gonzalez matter, the suffix 7754?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm back on that matter. I thought that he had a new he already had an adjournment date. Hold on, give me one moment. So I did say that he could disconnect, but I could call him back. I have his adjournment date for December 4th at 9.
Yes, that's correct. All right. Thank you, Counsel.
No problem.
I don't know what happened to Miss Kennard, but I know that she came into the zone late, indicating that she had been in the wrong courtroom. But I have the date set for the 4th of December at 9:15 a.m. So she did receive that date. I told her I wanted her to speak with someone, and she's not here. So.
Can't hear you at all, Jay.
I was talking about the suffix 7762, Ms. Kennard. She came into the Zoom late, indicating that she would have been in another courtroom. And I told her that we'd already given her a new date and indicated that I would have her to speak with someone this morning. She's no longer here.
Right.
Judge, we'll probably put that on a door knock list.
Yes.
That's Lockhart talking.
All right. I think that's a wrap, as surprising as it may be. We couldn't finish it up before noon.
If those people hadn't got lost, probably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just thought about that. All right. Well, appreciate everybody. And we're back at it tomorrow. Either of you here tomorrow?
I believe both Lockhart and Willingham have a couple matters with you.
Yep, I think you have Lakeshore. You have Lakeshore all day tomorrow, but me and Steve have some appearances that we're popping in on.
Yeah, it's a Lakeshore day tomorrow. Friday is Lakeshore all across all the courtrooms.
Right. Well, I would preserve your breakout rooms, but I don't have a way of doing that. I'll get you a sale tomorrow.
We need to protect Miss Willingham from herself. Do not give her any more cases, please.
I don't know. She's a.
She's the eager beaver. We love her.
Yeah, but we want her to recover.
Thank you, Deborah.
Oh, you
we want her to rest and recover.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say she's a horse, but that don't come out quite right.
Oh, no.
Trying to say,
He's a stallion. I'm a plow horse.
Steve.
We love you, Mr. Lockhart. You and Miss Willingham, Miss Snow. Too bad y'all can't be with us every day.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, I like being in person. It's more
Yeah.
fun.
Oh.
and Would be more easier for us because we could talk to these people before we got on the record. That would be the best part.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, I like Zoom. Nobody got me in swinging distance.
That's something to think about there, you know. But we have to, I think we have to keep, you know, even if we stay this way, we have to keep refining what's the best way to do this, you know. And how do we connect the lawyers as quickly as possible to the clients and get things moving in some kind of real organized fashion with dates and stuff already set. I mean, you know, we can move through it smoothly like that, then the lawyers are not running frantically either, you know. Although Miss Willingham never seems to be frantic about anything, either. She's got 3 in the room and 2 on the way. You know? I say, Miss Willingham, are you there? Oh yeah, I'm here. Like, scream and stomp a foot or something, you know. Just like, give me 5 more, it'll be all right, but we know better. So yeah, we have to keep innovating and looking at ways to smooth this process to make it work for everybody. And then
Judge, we're hearing. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to say this last thing. It seems like it's coming up a little bit too frequently where the notices are going out with my cases with Judge Alicia Coleman and her, perhaps hers with my name or something, because it's not like 10 a day, but a couple of days it's almost starting to be where people are sitting there for hours waiting to be heard, and then they find out that they were supposed to be over here, and you know, we got to fix that on our end, because that, you know, this is difficult enough. You know, you get persons to talk to. I try to keep it as even keel as we can so that they don't get to screaming too much. But you know, a person waited a few hours and then find out they're in the wrong place, then they come here. You already have, you know, it's a landlord tenant issue, it's a place where they live, maybe the utilities are off, or, et cetera, and now they get to be somewhere to talk to you.
Yeah.
That could, you know, so we want to cut into those tensions. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Your Honor, we've heard a rumor, which I'm hoping isn't true, that there's going to start being afternoon dockets.
Yes. Yes. And that's starting
December 1st, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're gonna double up the number of cases, and then they're gonna put some of it in the afternoon. So I don't, you know, listen. Just my thought about it. I don't think that's the best way for us to do this. And it stretches resources in some very, very interesting ways. But for some reason, you know, and this is not to criticize, I'll do my job, and I know you guys do your job, but for some reason, some people are totally persuaded. I know some of this comes from the Supreme Court orders under the emergency, but some people are convinced that slotting a case at 9 o'clock, 9:10, 9:20, 9:30, and putting 2 at 9, and 2 at 9:10, and 2 at, and somehow that is the way to do it. So you start 9, 2 cases at 9, 2 cases at 9:05, 2 cases at 9:10, 2 cases. What I'm going to try to do is, no matter how they structure that, I'm going to try to work it out in such a way that if I've got Mr. Lockhart here and he has 10 cases within a 2-hour period of time, I'm going to try to set it up in such a way that I can call all those cases together as close as I possibly can. And when they're done, they're done. As opposed to, like, you know, it's Mr. Smith's turn, so we do his 2, and then Mr. Johnson will do his 2, and then Ms. Smith. I just don't, you know, I don't know what value is being achieved by kind of setting it up the way that they're setting it up. but I'm not gonna be bound by that to the extent that working out the cases and making stuff move. If there's a better way of doing it, then I'm gonna find a way around all of that so we can do it in a way that's as efficient as possible.
Well, it's going to be hard for us to staff it up. That's our worry.
Yeah.
There's a lot, we're doing a lot in the morning, but there's a lot more that we can do in the morning if we just coordinate it properly. If we know that Ms. Snow has 7 cases, Ms. Willingham has 7, Ms. Lockhart has 7, other people have 7 cases, we can coordinate that so that once Ms. Snow is on the record, we can deal with her cases. We can make your cases work. Most of the lawyers that we're dealing with on this other side, it's not like it's just 50 different lawyers. It's not. On the other side, we're basically dealing with 10 or less lawyers that do a bunch of this in this jurisdiction. So there's a way to kind of tag them and let's go at it and be done with it and move on to the next setting and somebody they got other courtroom. I mean, there's a way to do that. And I don't think the idea is to
ago.
I don't know if that's.
Years ago, they put all bulk filers on one docket. For instance, today would have been your Gary Sagatti day or your Fred Coleman day. And that was very efficient, but I guess it ran afoul of some sort of blind assignment rule.
Yeah, and I know that factor is there, but once you blindly assign the cases, then there has to be a way to coordinate the cases that have been blindly assigned. You blindly assign everything; it's all in a pot. Then you say, okay, after this blind assignment, there are a number of cases that go to Judge Coleman. There's a number of cases that go this direction and this way. And my whole thing is that send me all of my cases. Notify the people that should be there for all of my cases, and let's do it. It's and it will help. It'll help if you give me all of Mr. Sagatti's cases between 9 and 9:30, and then give me all of Mr. whoever's cases between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. Because
that makes a lot of sense.
Don't take them for anybody else. Blind draw them. Then say, okay, Judge Coleman has 20 of Mr. Lavasser's cases coming. So Mr. Lavasser's case is going to be heard between 9 and 9:35. I'll notify all of his clients, and then I can put my support in place, and we know that we're going to be dealing with him and whoever else is involved, so we can bring all those cases together and deal with it. Ms. Snow.
There's a lady in the courtroom. Well, where'd she go?
That's Ms. Canary. She obviously there's some connection problems. She keeps coming in and going out. That's what I was talking about.
She's the lady who was here, Your Honor, said she was on 974. She put something in the chat and said she was on 974, and Kennard, I think, is 7762. Could be wrong, but I think that's the difference. But I don't know where the lady saying she was in 974 left.
Let me see.
She was.
Let me see 974.
The attorneys are supposed to email you.
I don't know who that is.
Unless she transposed her numbers and she was 794, which is
yeah,
a
I
case
see a 794. Maybe I transposed. Okay.
What do you have as Madam Clerk?
I don't have a 974, Judge.
Right.
Yeah.
Case, ma'am, that I gave. She's on the phone. I gave you the 9.
I just got a couple of seconds.
I have 794.
And who is that? What
that is MFGC. It's on Oakman. It's on Oakman, 2127 Oakman. And it was, wait a minute. Am I looking at it right? What did I say the number was?
7794.
I think you're right, Madam Clerk.
Okay,
My notes show that case was dismissed by the
Yeah.
plaintiff.
it was dismissed, 7794 MF. I put my docket up.
Yeah, that's good for, well, if the lady left, she'll get it in the mail, I guess.
The Kennard case, the last case
Oh,
I
that's
had.
not the Kennard case.
I'm sorry, y'all, what's the last name?
I don't remember the last.
You said
one.
couldn't.
It was
Kennard.
Probably 7.
Kennard is 762.
Oh, 762.
Oh, here you go.
There's no 4 in it, so whatever the lady did with her numbers, she had a 4 in there somewhere.
Yeah, that looks like the lady I was talking to. I remember her face. So I don't know why she's having a problem coming in.
If you'd please indulge me, Carmen, I just wanted to remind you about a work letter.
Carmen?
No, Brandy.
Brandy.
I make sure you get it once I'm
Brandy.
leaving here.
Oh, hi.
That's okay. How you doing, Mr. Lockhart?
Hi, Brandy.
That's why when you were giving her your email address, I was saying, Brandy, why are you having a hard time with Steve's email address?
I don't know, Brandy. Did you know I jumped to the dark side?
I did.
I'm working legal aid again.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. Okay. Well, as soon as I leave out of here, I will make sure I will email you this work letter within the next 30 minutes. Okay.
Thank you. I just didn't want it to be lost. She was very worried about her workplace.
No, I put it to the side. It's right here. I got you.
Thanks so much.
Okay. You're welcome.
I'm going to tune out and have a sandwich.
Me too.
That's really,
Bye-bye.
That's really funny to me because years ago I worked in the Wayne County Youth Home, and there was so I was 23, 24 or something, and there was a gentleman there that was probably 45, and he wore dark sunglasses around the building all the time, and I swear to you, every day, at some point during the day, he would come out in the hallway and he'd see somebody going to lunch and he'd say, hey, and they'd say, hey, what's up, man? Bring me back a sandwich. And he would crack up laughing. I mean, he never got over it. Every chance he got, he'd stand there 45 years old or whatever with dark sunglasses on. And every person he could catch, he'd catch them going out and he'd say, hey. They say, hey, how you doing? He said, hey, man, bring me back a sandwich. And crack up laugh. He never got over it. And thus I remember it, all these years later, because he cracked himself up every time he said it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Now you got me thinking about that creamed corn they used to serve over at the juvenile jail.
Yeah. Boy, it was nasty. All right, get out of here, man. Get something to eat. All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye,
guys. Thank you
Bye,
very
everyone.
much.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye, Deborah.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good night. How about that? Judge, you got to come off of YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to kill it.
Oh. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, dear. You be good.
Yep, me too.
Oh, Your Honor, I just spoke to Carmen Knight. She's just received one order from today.
Okay.
So I'm about to print it so you can sign it.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. Defendant, Guam. Okay. Yeah, and I need your help. I'm just trying to figure out the 36th District Court case number. Up here, they have a two, this is not our case number, right? I'm looking for our case number.
Yeah, now, the parties reached this agreement today, but
We don't know.
that's the NASDAQ.
That's
We had that earlier, Mr. Salon. They have their own case number here.
okay. I'll just put it.
Well, if we can find it, I can, if I still have Deborah on, she'd be able to locate it right away, but if we can find it, we just adjust the case number. Do you have the docket today, the docket sheet for today?
I do, Your Honor. Oh, dang. Like, I can look at that myself.
Yeah, you should be able to find it. Not a problem, this stuff have your head swimming.
I got it. Yep. That's it. 568.
So you been okay?
I've been good. How about yourself and your family?
Good. You're busy.
I know. Yep, here you go, right here. Thank you, Jan. So that takes out that, do you still, I'm asking Judge, do you still want me to keep this, February 10th, 2021 date, even though this is a consent judgment?
Yeah, it's solved now. You don't have to keep that date.
Okay, okay, cool. All right, that's what I thought. I think I prefer to do with landlord tenant. At least with landlord tenant, you're done, you're done. With civil, I got back office work to do. So my day is not ended.
question.